Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another day of the Ti9 group stages. I'm ODPixel here with Fogged, and we're going to be taking you through some of the games this morning. The first one that we will have on your screen if you're watching this stream is going to be NiP up against Fnatic. Should be an exciting one, Fogg. We haven't had the pleasure of seeing either of these teams on the games that we were covering yesterday, so I'm looking forward to it. I've heard Fnatic, they've been running some pudge. I'm excited to see if that happens. Didn't work out great for them.
With an Arc Warden.
Did lose that game, right? They lost that game, right?
They did. They were 65. I think there was a 65,000 gold lead for Vici.
But yeah, they held on. They held on, right? They were able to hold on. Maybe they'll do it again, you know. We'll see. And of course, NiP. How have they been looking? We saw they've been doing alright, right? They won a series. I think they played 2 yesterday. So they won one, drew one, or they won one. It doesn't matter.
I just checked.
All that matters is the series that's on right now. And it has begun. The draft is underway, so we should be able to get it onto your screens. We're into the bans as Fnatic have opened up banning out the Dazzle and Lone Druid, and NiP banning out the Magnus, Enchantress, and Io. So looking out of the ordinary, maybe. I mean, the Dazzle and Lone Druid, very much more towards just the fact that it's NiP, right?
Team specific, yeah, for sure.
This is rather than the meta buys.
Mirana seems to be the meta, though. Enchantress is the meta.
Yeah. And what the Magnus, right, is something that Fnatic have been playing, so...
Offlane Magnus, yeah, they're playing on Ice, and then they pick the double cores. This is a hero we're seeing first picked quite a lot. Yeah. Just ran in multiple different positions, the 3 and the 5 for the most part. Very good pressure hero if it's played as the 3 position.
And you were saying yourself is a hero that can sort of dissuade an outpick, you think? Because it's one of those heroes that can sort of bully him in the lane?
I don't know, maybe. I'm not too sure yet. I was thinking about that this morning because everybody's trying to figure out what ways to shut down these safe lane alchemists. I think Ogre could definitely be one of those. He's what is he? He doesn't care about acid spray. He doesn't care about. I think he's one of those that could probably. But we got the SD Lash. This was also super popular. Shadow Demon most picked at the tournament so far, and Lash also just on a crazy rise. So much damage. It seems like all these early game heroes that just have lots of damage built into them naturally are just becoming really popular. Your Gyros, your Lash, ETs, right?
Sure. But it shows it's an opening that NiP probably would have seen as being an option. So you would imagine that PPD is going to have an idea right already.
Yeah.
As you say, SD, it's popular. Everyone's playing it. Everyone's playing the Lash. You know that it's going to come up. You're going to have an answer. We'll obviously have to see if it's going to be good enough. And see what NiP's approach is going to be towards this sort of opening with SD Lash.
These combos are so crazy because, I mean, it used to always, we've said it so many times, right? It's old classic, Shadow Demon Lash, very easy to do combo, but Soul Catcher just is a ridiculous ability.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's the thing, right? Because Lash on his own, early game, just outputs a ridiculous amount of damage. You can get on top of someone with the Edict, it's just so much damage that having that high physical very early on is very hard for a lot of heroes to deal with. As you said with the Soul Catcher, it's pretty much guaranteed kills if you can catch heroes out alone.
So we asked for this one a lot.
We did yesterday.
Right?
We were seeing a lot of
Nyx and Pugnas. We were hoping to see those.
They're the 2 heroes that do the best against it, and I would argue, the Nyx Assassin out of the 2, Nyx and Pugna, is just a little nicer, right? Because
you always are gonna see this hero can't control. You can't control your damage on Lash. You're always gonna get Spike Carapace.
Exactly,
100% of the time.
And it's that hero that's it's not going to be a mid hero, right? You're not having to counter the Lash with a mid pick. You can do it with the support. Yeah. So it still leaves the way that you want to play the game much more open because you don't have to designate that mid spot to just be like, all right, we want to throw a Pugna in because they do have a Lash. Yeah. You can leave it up to the Nyx Assassin, and I agree. I think the Nyx in itself just has across the board many other ways that make the game very hard for Lash to play. For
me, it just feels less risky. I feel like the Pugna just feels risk. It just does, especially after we saw it yesterday. You die a couple times, and even if you're versus Lash, Lash can just run at the Pugna as well because you can't protect yourself. So I mean, I like the Nyx much better.
And hey, who knows? Maybe NiP feel that the Lash is such a threat that they even go down the road of picking both. There's
definitely
no reason not to. You do have 2. Well, could be 2 supports, or obviously the Ogre. Probably more likely to be the 3, I guess. But these 2 heroes don't really offer much tower push, and Pugna is going to be the sort of hero that can at least add that to the draft, as well as being good against the Lash.
Broodmother.
Yeah, you got to ban it out against NiP. Yeah. We're seeing Brood still get those free wins. And NiP, that's a team you've got to watch out. They're pretty good with the old Brood, and they are one of the teams that have a lot of good players on the Brood as well. You think the 33 Brood, but we know Ace. He's a bit of a micro man. He can slip it in, and I'm sort of Father Brew maybe less so, but I'm sure he could probably do it.
Yeah, I mean they absolutely play it.
Yeah.
In several roles.
We're seeing the offlane being targeted now by NiP. Omni, Centaur, out of the draft.
Two beefy strength heroes too. That Nyx Assassin just doesn't. I mean, Centaur you can actually play around because you have the your Carapace into hitting him when he has Retaliate, but yeah, these two heroes just are not great to lane versus if you're a Nyx Assassin. Like, you just don't do anything.
And tricky for the Lesh too. Omni in terms of keeping people alive, and Centaur just this other threat of easily being able to get on top of the Lesh.
Yeah.
Suddenly you're running around with Yule's Scepter, Kaya, it doesn't matter. You have to have the BKB, otherwise every time that you show, Stampede's out, the Nyx is setting up, and Centaur's going to be there with the follow-up. And
what?
Sorry, what am I about?
NiP banned the Centaur.
I'm waking. It's 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m.
I was like,
Yeah.
I got where you're going at first.
But then you're like, wait, hang on.
I was like, what?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I think Centaur and Shadow Demon has always been one of my favorite combos.
Yeah,
and even better now
yeah.
with the Soul Catcher. You have like just a super easy kill threat.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, who stomped Double Edge early game is one of the highest quick nukes to drop. Let's see, back to Fnatic. So what do they want about? What are they worried about? The Life Stealer,
Okay, I like that.
very strong against the Lesh. Even though we did see SD be very good against the Life Stealer, but still that interaction on its own.
I think with the Nyx is the difference, because then you can actually use the Infest, and you can
Yeah.
make this global setup all the time with the Nyx Assassin and Lifestealer. Makes sense to me. Sanking, another hero that we've seen being picked quite a lot, and I'm like, Fnatic's looks nice already. Very easy, lots of stuns on both sides.
Lots of stuns, lots of setup.
Lots, crazy amount of magic damage right now on Fnatic. They need to, like, I'm already, like, for NiP, Hood Pipe Builder. Someone needs to build a pipe in this game already.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Probably the Ogre.
You're sort of forcing the Ogre.
Yeah.
Which then will be interesting to see how the Ogre plays, because does the Ogre feel that he can still get away with getting a Midas in beforehand against this sort of lineup? Maybe not. Maybe he does have to get that pipe first.
Yeah. If it's the 3, like we said.
If it is the 3. Yeah, they might swap something
likely.
else onto the offlane that's going to be able to more naturally just build up the pipe. And maybe Ogre gets greedy in that support role and tries to get away with the Midas from there.
Yeah. I think it's probably Saksa, Nyx, and then PPD, Ogre, and just like, him just playing in the safe lane, but I'm not too sure just yet. Teams all kind of vary quite a lot between where it's going to be going. Rubik also doesn't look that bad if they want to play that as like a 4, but then you have awkward heroes.
Well, for NiP, I think Rubik, Nyx as 2 supports, is that?
It's just, but you're versus Sanking, you're versus Lesh. These are like the best heroes to steal spells from.
And you can become the SD as well.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
I
see what you're saying.
It can maybe like Rubik Ogre doesn't. I mean, it doesn't sound amazing, but it doesn't sound terrible. But then your Nyx is safe. Yeah, never mind. It's too awkward to pick. But it looks amazing, the spells that you can get right now. But they're using a lot of time here, so they're probably this is where they're deciding. It's like, all right,
sure,
where are we putting this?
Yeah, like, I want to play Rubik. No.
Like Saksa used to play it so much.
Yeah, he can certainly bang out a smashing Rubik game.
Wow, they are really running the clock.
PPD, he's thinking hard, and he's come up with the Witch Doctor.
Okay, so that's the decision they made. Yeah, we were saying like they're gonna decide their 3, 4, 5s, and now we know. So that's the 5 position.
I mean, this hero I think is still fantastic. I mean, you've seen 3 heroes that don't really want to be building a BKB. Maledict is always going to be that crazy spell, along with Paralyzing Cask against heroes that don't want to get the BKBs.
The heal's nice too. And it's just a
And
strong laner for Sanking. I think I saw...
Sure, sort of balances out the damage over time that Lesh is going to be kicking out.
Yeah, I saw Vici run Ogre plus Witch Doctor, and the Witch Doctor had a couple levels in heals. I think it was Vici at least. It was at the end of the night, so I was just like trying to watch all the games. But it was a lot of healing. Like, it was actually counteracting a lot of the damage, and this Ogre was insane because of it. Like, he's so tanky, and then a Witch Doctor heal just constantly going on him.
Yeah, I like it.
Pretty cool.
I like it.
And yes, can be a strong laner versus... Thinking is, ooh, that's
Naga
nice
Siren
Naga.
Root. There's nothing really for them to deal with illusions out of these 3 heroes on Ninjas in Pajamas.
Yeah, they're going to have to...
They've got to pick some big sort of illusion-killing cores.
Ember, so much stun. I don't know, actually. Ember's always like one of those that instantly stands out versus the Naga Siren. Zeus was one that you've been always wanting versus the illusions, didn't you?
Nah.
No, not versus that?
Me.
Okay, fine.
Zeus? No. Don't play Zeus. What do they want to take against it?
Got to get some clear. Ember's risk.
Yeah.
But
they haven't got much time. They use so much on that 3rd pick that they've got to think fast here, NiP.
My God, and they might need to get a BKB builder too because of all the stun and disable. Okay, so that's BKB builder, high damage, can clear, but will take time.
And not necessarily a hero that you want to get the BKB that early on, right? You still need... I mean, what can you get away with going? What, phase drums BKB? Phase drum or phase
Maybe.
Dasher BKB?
Maybe you could go for just the drum into the BKB. Sounds kind of... but you might need to. That sends you a weird timing versus Naga. I think you might just have to get Maelstrom.
Because you don't have that. There's no saving hero, right? I get with that Voodoo Restoration it's something, but there's no one that can disrupt you, take you out of a fight. You are going to be vulnerable when you're turning up. If your lineup around you aren't the first to land the stuns, as soon as if Fnatic are able to get in,
that's the Ember ban. Okay, so I wonder why they didn't. I wonder why they didn't want to go for the Ember in the 4. I guess it's just because there's so much disable on Fnatic.
That is the thing, right? Yeah.
Like
even though Fnatic banned the Ember,
right?
Yeah. If NiP, if they did want the Ember, they would definitely have picked it over the Gyro because there's no way that Gyro is getting banned.
Maybe they wanted heroes that can benefit from Bloodlust, and Ember doesn't really benefit from Bloodlust. He gets the movement speed, sure, but the attack speed is kind of mediocre on him. Maybe. I'm trying to think. Because Gyro, Bloodlust is incredible, right? So. Ban the TA. Which is it gonna be?
What about? Could they go morph? Build Ags, become the Gyro, win the game.
Versus too much. I think SD.
Double flat cannon. Goodbye illusions.
So much disable. Shadow.
You think you can't do the morph?
Doesn't feel.
It would be weird having the morph with the Gyro on the same lineup.
It's too slow.
Yeah. Oh, the Alchemist was still there. It was still there, and they'll take it. They'll take that one as the final one.
Oh, the Alchemist was still in the pool.
Yeah, it was still there. It was forgotten about so far this draft. No one had touched it. So they get a 5th pick Alch.
There is a Shadow Demon versus the Alch. I feel like that's one of the good ones. You soul catch him and you chunk him down. They have a lot of disable too. High damage.
It's going to be nice, right, against the Naga Siren and his illusions. You're going to be getting the Radiance. You've got the Acid Spray as well, which works super nicely with the flat cannon.
And they've got fast pace, right? Like Gyro, I think the reason we've been seeing Gyro getting picked up now is because he goes phase drum, hits level 6, runs around and just kills, kills nonstop while your Alchemist gets space.
Gets the Alchemist easily the space to make Radiance and Blink and
get
involved or continue to just make use of the space that Gyro and the rest of the team is creating.
I think we've seen that build like almost every time, right? The Radiance into the Blink dagger, and then they like get a couple kills, and then they just
Radiance,
pop out
Blink,
of
Manta, Octarine, standard stuff from the out. Let's see Fnatic, final pick, still needing that, what I'd imagine to be that secondary core. Depending on, of course, whether Lesh and the Sand King are going to be playing. Let's have a look. And it will be the SF to close things up.
Whoa, that's fun.
The Arbed SF, it's in, and it will be, Fardo's going to be playing the Gyro because they do want to keep Ace on the Alchemist.
You can't put him mid versus the SF.
Well, I was going to say, there's no way this Gyro's going mid, is it? Or you think the Gyro will go mid?
Gyro's mid, right.
Sure, does Gyro not get dumpstered by an SF?
You missile him and you can secure your last hits, right?
Yeah, but then just, okay. I mean, your base damage is so terrible, right? After there's a few souls on the SF.
I've just been seeing the rise of the Gyrocopter, at least inside the middle lane and everything like that too.
We'll see how far they can do. See how far they can do against Arbed SF.
Okay, so let's say Jabs, Naga Siren. There's a lot of damage on Fnatic. A lot. Lash, Sand King,
they
SF,
have a lot of ways to blow up these heroes. I mean, Alch also, is not a hero that wants to be buying a BKB that early. Gyro, as we say, you're going to need it, but it does slow down sort of the other ways that Gyro wants to play the game, get those early damage items like the Maelstrom and the Ags in a Dream situation. There's definitely, there's absolutely ways that Fnatic just blow up most of these heroes. They've got so much magical burst and early game damage output.
The big question is, like, how is SF good, right? Like, the hero overall, is he actually...
I mean, it's an Arbed SF.
There's a Nyx Assassin, though, right? Like, it's pretty tough. You get Carapace always, like, any type of disables, too. But, I mean, it's a lot of damage.
I just feel there's a world where Arbed can just handle Fardo in the mid lane and get that early lead. But we'll see, because, as I said, I've not seen Gyro versus SF that much in the middle lane, so we'll get to see firsthand how it does pan out.
Yeah, because I feel like I used to see it. I feel like I saw it. It's been a long time.
Is the missile spam enough to stop the SF from being able to out-CS the Gyro?
I feel like SF should win. Like overall, should win in the last hits. But the one thing is like I think you can make rotations. One hero moves, you get a missile, that SF's dead.
You're just
right?
on top of the SF and you're killing the SF.
Because I feel like that's the way I used to see this played when I saw the Gyrocopters versus Shadow Fiends or versus like any hero that you think he wouldn't do the best versus. And it was VP that was doing it when they were picking the Earthshaker Gyro, and they would just gank the hell out of the mid lane whenever a missile would go on.
Let's have a look, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ourselves into this game one of the 2-game series, Fnatic versus NiP. Go for a quick rundown for who's playing who, just in case you missed it or in case you've just joined us. Got Ice playing the offlane Sand King. Arbed's going to be the mid lane on the SF. Jabs carrying with his Naga Siren. And the support combo, Dubu, Shadow Demon, DJ on the left track. We're not going to see NiP come over into the jungle here to start the fight off. They've got the setup onto Dubu, the body blocks as well from Saxy, trying to bring the rest of the team close enough in, but not quite enough body blocks to hold Dubu in place, as Dubu will be able to make his way around. And over on NiP's side, let's have a look. We've got the big man himself, PPD, on the Witch Doctor. Their support duo, him and Saxa. Nyx Assassin. The cause today, 33, repping the offlane Ogre once more. The hero that's really starting to come into his element here at TI. And another hero that we're seeing all the time, Ace on the safe lane, Alchemist. And last but not least, Vata, the old man in his gyrocopter. He's ready to go. And we'll see if he does. I mean, yeah, he's getting put tangos. He's going to be in the mid lane. And we'll see how he does against Arbed's SF. We'll go for the runes here, but down bottom. Gets caught out for the stuns. And indeed, those level 1 raises, that will help them get the damage done to get that kill. Get that first blood. DJ the one to claim it. He'll get that extra bit of bonus gold.
So I see he started with boots on the Nyx Assassin, so I think that just means I want to move around. I want to move around from lanes. I want to move around quite a bit here, so I would assume that he's going to be trying to make moves onto the lane in the mid lane to get some gank set up.
Yeah.
All right, look at how these lanes play out. DJ now looks like he's playing a Corlash. He's playing bottom lane alone.
I was going to say, all right, these lanes switch up. And it's one of those happy moments as a support, right? When these lanes are happening, it's like, okay, I'll take a solo wave on my own.
I mean, this is how you just transition immediately. He's alone.
Nice. It's a bit of harassment onto Ace. As indeed, we'll see which of them do decide to head down bottom. Stuns come out with the Fire Blast. They've got the Paralyzing Cast Pounce as well. Ice is in trouble. There'll be defensive disruption from Dubu trying to keep him safe. The illusions are out. They try and make the space for Ice to get out, and he will be allowed to burrow strike down into the trees. He'll escape for now. 33 turns his attention towards Dubu. Dubu will be able to back off, and Ice with that Tango regen as well will be able to walk away. As that nice disruption from Dubu keeps Ice safe. And they're going to stick around for this for now, as Ice and Jabs remain in the same lane, and DJ, he continues to enjoy the core life.
Well, it's the same thing for NiP. They have 33 as well as Ace in the same lane.
Yeah, so what's going on?
They feel like these are the stronger tri-lanes that they can run. Okay.
Okay. This is Saxa and DJ's time to shine. They're the new cores on the block.
Isn't this going to ruin some people's predictions
here? It's going to make
your player cards?
Well, for some player cards, it's going to be brilliant, right?
Yeah.
If DJ pops off, or Saxa pops off.
If he's just a 3-position Leshrac now, yeah, he's going to have like this incredible...
Yeah. Those people who are sitting there with that gold DJ card with the GPM plus 20%, it's their lucky day. At least for now, we'll see. As you say, the lanes look to be remaining like this, so both teams feeling this is the optimal way to play. How are we doing in the mid? Both?
Pretty even.
Pretty even.
Yeah.
Pretty even indeed. It obviously did have the level 1 raise. Now he's got the point in the Necromastery, so we'll be able to get that right-click advantage as those souls build up. And as I say, that's when I really thought we'll see Arbed come out on top.
Vata gets hit by the... He walked up too close. He got hit by the first raise.
Loser drop. Oh, I love it. We've got to see more mids doing this. Apologies for the camera work. Fogged is on the camera this morning.
You got the kill, though, right? I was the one saying it.
Yeah, I got the kill.
Did you not see it?
No, I didn't. I missed it.
Oh, no.
Sorry, that's the only kill we missed today. Don't worry.
I was watching. He just walked up. He got hit by the first raise, second raise,
I'm keeping my eyes on this. We've got to see if it happens again.
Yeah, that was it.
As it may do so. Fada's got to be careful.
Lanes are being swapped now, by the way. We have proper lanes coming out now. Jabs gets sent bottom. They send the Lesh top, who's very high level. DJ, level 3 already. PPD.
Found the tower. They've got him. That's the power of giving the Lesh those early levels, as you say. He's level 4 now off the back of that kill. At 3 minutes in, DJ. Mid lane, bit of an attempt from Fada. He's got the missile coming in. Does have the rocket barrage. Wants to try and get in underneath the tower. Has he got the burst to get him off Arbed? By the creep wave, Arbed's able to turn. Oh! The raise of Arbed will die. But Fada dies for it. He'll take that, Fada. He got the XP,
sure.
he got the kill first.
You cut the souls, too.
He didn't get the time to drop down a loser tag, though. So...
His TP is also on cooldown, so SF is able to TP back to the mid lane faster. But I'd still, that's a great play for Fada. He needs that. He's got boots now and he's running out.
TP not being available is pretty big though. That's a couple of waves he's missing out on.
He's only missing one so far, right? He's only missed one melee creep, one range creep.
Yeah.
So not too bad.
But it is going to give Arbed the time to get souls back up.
Sure. Jabs bottom.
They got him. NiP with the tri lane, moving around. The supports making work happen. Saxa with those early XP. Early levels as well, leveling life. Fireside Size is making the pulls happen top. We're seeing the moves from DJ. He's got his eyes down towards potentially the mid lane. His Fada, did come around the long way actually as he headed down bottom. Rune's going to be picked up by Saxa. It's going to be mana refueled. Back on the mid. CS continues to be pretty even. Arbed, about that wave advantage now.
Yeah, he actually got a decent amount just from coming back before Fada. He actually got all of his souls pretty much restored, and he got the level 5 now, which is a pretty big threat here to Fada. So he buys the raindrop on the gyrocopter early on to at least absorb a little bit. But yeah,
and he does still have to be careful. There's just so much damage if you get hit by the 3 raises. Even raindrops unlikely to necessarily keep you alive.
Okay, we had more multiple lane swaps also happening. So they're trying to keep DJ versus Ace since he's so high level. He can keep the pressure on, and they're trying to just keep the Naga Siren away from that pressure lane that comes up from the triple stuns that's coming up from NiP.
Yeah, Jabs farm 17 for 2. And as you said, we're down bottom. This trial, they're making the action happen. As the 5-minute runes come up, they'll look straight towards Saxa. Saxa did get the spike. Carapace out. They're in as well with the burrow strike straight on top, and Saxa's dead. Now they'll try and turn for more. They'll be able to pick up the rune on Dubu as Fnatic chase down PPD. Stuns landed from DJ, and they'll get themselves both of the kills. That's Fnatic getting active. I mean, it's such a potent combo. We saw it in the draft. There's a reason why I picked these first heroes. Yeah. First 3 heroes, this SD, Lesh, Sand King. It's kill city. They can kill who they want on this map.
Both teams just have so many stuns. It makes me happy. I love seeing with teams when they've been drafting a lot of disables, and this is like everybody has a disable. And on the side of NiP, everybody has a stun.
See towards the mid lane, Asa Fada has to be careful. Smoke does get popped. As Dubu and DJ were looking for action. Fada, we'll see how aware that he is. The smoke got popped, but it was nighttime, so I believe he didn't quite see them. They've got this ward here, but they would have got through the smoke. Yeah, it looks like he's aware. Fada's playing safe. Yeah,
Sox is pinging it non-stop. He's like, there's no support showing on the map. Top is alone, bottom is alone. They're making a move on mid.
They get deep ward down as well. Fada staying out of vision. Will now show. It's a missile out, but that may have shown just a second too much. They get the follow-up stun, but the backup is there from 33. Missile straight over towards Arbed. They'll head in. They get the stun as well from the low ground. Saxa had the follow-up stun. Buys time for PPD to move in with the paralyzing cast. They surround Arbed. They kill the SF off. Voodoo Restoration keeps PPD fine. There's NiP prepared for that movement from Fnatic, and will make sure that they come out on top. And Fada stays alive.
They read and they set up for that one very nicely. You could see instantly, like they were all set up. Like all 4 of them were already there as soon as that they made the move onto Fada. And Fada's about to be level 6, so that's where the kill threat and that's where the gyrocopter really becomes that more potent. And they've also been stacking. I see the jungle has been stacked heavily by, I believe, both PPD as well as Saxa and 33. Actually, everybody's stacking for the Alchemist and the gyro.
Obviously back up top. Dubu's looking for the setup. But it's that scary time, as you mentioned. Our ult is available for Fada. He doesn't even need it. It's just going to be a missile set up into the Maledict. Rocket barrage. Dubu's down. NiP claiming another as both teams just having a really good way of moving around the map, getting kills. Bottom lane. Ice. He's going to try for the burrow strike. Does actually miss. He's got DJ by his side.
That played him.
Because if he hits that stun, that probably would have had the follow-up from DJ to have a good shot at trying for the kill at least.
Yeah, they would provide pressured at least, not a kill, because he was about to hit 6 for chemical range too after creep wave. So
yeah, you're right.
But still, like, yeah, just missed a stun. Bit tough. Nice. I like this. He's moving in, and I think this is like scout the stacks, because he can easily take any type of stacks.
Yeah, he wants to see which bit of, whether it's going to be the top or the bottom half of the NiP side of the map that they want to try and take over and steal.
Yeah. The movement on the map right now is crazy. Like look at us. He's still just lingering around this area, running around in circles, making them mess up their stacks. And now he's actually just going to work on the stack himself, like we were mentioning. So 33 probably going to try to snatch some of those if he can, at least snatch the experience. But we'll see him take quite a bit of pain from it. But he gets the big centaur with the stun. So
obviously, do we get the D ward up top? See how Arbed's doing. Actually, yeah, queuing up the treads into drums, so focusing on the stat build because of the high early game damage output of NiP. Not going for the Yule Scepter rush that we do see be quite successful really on the majority of SF builds.
I like it just because he's playing with a Naga. It's the same thing as the Gyrocopter. I feel like he's trying to match the Gyrocopter's speed that he's moving around the map when he goes for this type of build.
And if he gets treads drums, he's going to be a very beefy SF early on.
Yeah, he can constantly fight while they make the space for jabs to get that, treads, diffusal, whichever one he wants.
Doobie just seeing if he can get the catch. TPs have come in from NiP. They're ready to defend, and in fact, Arbet's caught on the front lines. Defensive disruption gets him out of the cooldown. See if they can run him away. Maledict's out. Paralyzing cast bounces as well. Will be there as Arbet and Doobie separate themselves. Doobie trying to draw NiP's attention away from the SF. Arbet will be able to claim the creeps on the way out.
Beautiful disruption.
And it will be a way out. He gets out. He gets away from that attempt as NiP not quite having the follow-up control after that disruption.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like SF, he's going for the build to try to match the Gyrocopter, but in those situations, like, you're just dead. If you don't have that disruption there, you're so squishy. That's just the problem with the hero that's always been there. So he at least has the Shadow Demon behind him to get that nice little save.
And we can see as well across the network, the way at least that it's dispersed, it's very top-heavy on NiP. It's all on the Alchemist, whereas with Fnatic, they essentially have 4 cores. With the start that DJ had, he was able to propel himself to a point where he can keep up with farm. With the rest of the 3 cores on his team. So they've got 4 cores versus an Alk really at the moment.
He's going to kill this Ogre as well, too. He can probably just go for it alone, but he's even bringing Ice Ice forward here just in case to make sure. 33, though, will get chased down just from DJ, it seems. And
a little late on the kill steal attempt there.
He got the Urn Charge, though. He was there for the Urn Charge for the Sanking, so they want to go for the Vessel build, of course, rushing a Vessel versus that Alchemist, of course.
Oh, Courier.
Makes sense.
Ooh, they'll keep it safe with the fortification. We have got Saxa and that PPD hunting around.
Bounty runes.
Get the D-Ward at the D-Ward, but Jabs, able to get that Quelling Blade. Hit onto the D-Ward, onto the Sentry Ward before it went down. So get the trade on that. Runes are going to be picked up. Saxa's able to walk in. They're going to try for a kill attempt. Gets the Spike Carapace out in time. Goes for the stun, TP, and that'll get him out of there. Nothing else to hold him back, and not enough damage to be thrown out in time.
Smart TP.
Back in the jungle, Ice. Continuing to be a nuisance. Slow down the farm of Ace. At least try and steal some away from it.
And they are not farming well on the rest of their heroes, though.
They're not.
33
is
Ace.
That's
literally, he's like a 4-position Ogre now at this point. He's not getting farm at all from the movements. He's got 17 last hits. It's very low. They bring in some dust, though. They're getting a little sick of Ice.
If gets out of this, though, he's not. They do get the multicast with the stun, and the 3 of them will finish off Ice. But DJ, he's going to run in, and he's going to start finding some of the kills for himself, maybe. There's 4 heroes here from NiP, and DJ won't quite be able to find Saxa. He has been maledicted. See if they can finish him off. Tower hits come in, but he's got the 1 charges to buff him back up on the HP front. He's fine. DJ can walk it out. Space has been made for Arbed to finish the tier 1 tower. As Fnatic have a 2k lead now against this Alchemist lineup. It's going very well for them. Sure, the Alk is, I mean, he's not amazingly farmed. This is like sort of an average Alk. This isn't a crazy Alk in terms of net worth. Fnatic, for all that, they're crushing it at the moment.
He's still going to have it at that, the good timing, though, right? Like the 12-13 minute is like the ideal that we've seen. Like a fast one is the 10 minute that we've seen.
It's not like a crazy, as you say, it's an okay timing, but you kind of want more than an okay timing when the rest of your team is not doing great.
Yeah, when you're all suffering and you're playing versus a Naga Siren lineup, who Naga Siren is going to try to match the farm of that Alchemist. Later on in the game, she will be able to start doing that. Obviously not now, when you're very item dependent on Naga Siren in order to try to match the farm first. But he's going for a straight farming build. He's going actually for the Manta before the Diffusal, so not wanting to fight, just pure farm build. And an Illusion bottom, so that's the dream for either that Alchemist or the Naga Siren.
They won't be able to get it, though, with the way the Fnatic are sweeping in from this angle. They're on the hunt for Ace. Let's see if they can find it. Ice again, though, whipping the Burrow Strike. So there isn't that setup, and Ace is allowed to freely move away. And that's a 3-man smoke gank down the drain.
He'll take the Ancient, at least, but yeah, not getting that kill to set up.
I will be in position to put some pressure onto the tier 2 tower down bottom. For NiP, Fada, it's got the drums complete now, so a little bit more geared up to turn up to these fights. Having that extra bit of stats to make sure that you can offer more offensively and stay alive defensively. DJ getting caught out as he runs in. Saxa trips him up easily with the spike carapace, and the rest of the team are miles away, so there's no chance of a disruption, as Abed didn't get the memo. Sticks around a little too long whilst the rest of Fnatic back off. And
DJ
feeds away a kill. Sorry, DJ. I keep seeing this
well, he's playing pretty much core Lash, so yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I'm seeing this core Lash.
Well, that was actually.
But that's the thing, because he's relatively farmed. Those kills are.
Give a lot.
It's not a support. He is a support, but he's not a support.
Yeah. I think he's like. I think he's really trying to pressure the tier 2s, because I saw him do this top as well. He dropped to like 60 HP, just edicting the tower, trying to do any possible damage to it. So they're just trying to close the map off and try to restrict NiP's movements quite a bit here with those type of moves.
That's 33. Still trying to struggle his way towards his first item. It's going to be the hood pipe, very much needed for the team. It's not going to be quick. Saxa, Meteor Hammer build up for the next assassin, and there's that Radiance done. You said it's not a bad timing, but it's not a record. Yeah, it's not a record breaker.
Yeah, you're getting pressured a lot as an IP.
There's a lot of pressure on Ace to catch it up and accept that farm, as he's the driving force at the moment. Fada's in an okay position, but 33 very much lacking behind. Bottom lane, DJ and Abed. DJ will die, but Fada dove deep for that kill onto DJ, and Abed is able to clean him up because of it.
Yeah. It will be a rushed BKB build for Abed, it seems here. How's Fada doing? He is also, like we were mentioning, needs to go for a rush BKB on the gyrocopter.
Absolutely. Phase drums BKB. I can see Ice actually get the solo kill.
Yeah.
Epicenter being used there to pop PPD.
I guess the one thing that they have that they can like be reliant on, that they have this Alchemist with the gyrocopter, is he can give the Aghanims to the gyro after BKB, and he can go for that Maelstrom, and then he actually has ways to deal with the Naga Siren and match in that farm. But yeah, at the moment, it does seem like Fnatic having a decent amount of time just being able to keep this pressure up. Are they going to be able to contest these 2 top runes, though? Because as long as NiP is trading the runes, they're pretty happy.
I'll do it. Setups there onto Saxa. Spike Carapace won't keep him safe, as they can easily wait it out with the net, get themselves the kill.
Bottom, up it. Is gonna get caught out. Oh,
he's running. He's running.
Gonna get caught.
Well, they got him.
Contesting for these bounty runes is gonna be pretty much everything to bring NiP back into this one. I mean, I'm saying bring it back, just because they have only the Alchemist at the top, but they're still pretty much tied in that net worth. But you want to be more ahead.
Oh, yeah, you're going to outline them. Yeah. You don't want to be even net worth.
But do you see what he's building?
You want to be ahead.
We talked about you don't want to get an early BKB on the Alch too, right? And
but you kind of need to. He realizes, Ace, he's a lot of the power of NiP at the moment. He's got to get involved if they want to successfully hold back the early game advantage that Fnatic's got. And Ice again. Getting PPD, same sort of area. This time doesn't even need the Epicenter to get that kill, and that will secure the money for the Spirit Vessel completion. So now they will have that vessel done against the Out. More reason to get that BKB online as soon as Ace can.
Yeah. BKB Manta game, looks like for Ace.
Maybe even BKB Manta and getting a Maelstrom Mjolnir for himself.
Could definitely be a possibility for him to get a Mjolnir himself this game.
Yeah.
To scale up versus that Naga. DJ constantly forcing in lanes, trying to put that pressure on to just get those towers taken out, and they're just always keeping the map on NiP's side, it seems so far.
This time, Ice will land the burrow. They catch Saxa out trying to soak up some of the action coming into that top tier 2 tower. Zabeb, Ember's Rune in the bottle. We'll see if he can make anything happen with it. Does have 31 souls and the Requiem. Fada, he's stepping in. Abed. He's trying to find the position. Fada keeps getting on the move. Doesn't get the perfect hit with the Requiem, but doesn't need to. Jabs is there with a follow-up control. And Fnatic get that kill as Abed strikes from the shadows.
Very nicely set up there. Fada peeking his face a bit far forward.
Hey, he went all the way down here. Where's the rest of his team? About 20 million miles away.
Yeah.
No one else was there. Risky farming spot for Fada to head into.
That's like always the risky farming spot. It's like even when you're on the opposite side, when you're on your high ground there, you're always like, they're going to gank me in a second. But he steps very far forward into the river. We talked about how we wanted the Ogre to go for the pipe build in this game because there's so much magic damage. Yeah, he's going for it. He's got the hood. And I do think that NiP, they can look to take some fights around this, the Ace timing with the BKB.
Yeah, I think, across the board, NiP have definitely done the right item builds, getting these BKBs on.
Yeah.
They cause Ace out.
Gyro, not too far away from it either. Fada, he will get a decent timing too. When they have the double BKBs, they have a great timing to be able to just try to run at Fnatic and take some fights. But
yeah, they can definitely take them because they They do have good damage with the gyro, and they have that Maledict.
Yeah, they're just having trouble pushing their lanes out. They've got bottom pushed out really heavily, but look at top, look at mid. It's been the story pretty much for the last, I would say like the last 8 or so minutes, 9 minutes. Fnatic's just been shoving the waves in constantly, which limits NiP's chances to actually make these aggressive moves. Now they get down, they got the bottom lane pushed out, so they get these deep wards down, so maybe they can make some plays around here, but the top side, it's really tough for them to get pushed out there.
Smoke up here from NiP. Looking to make their BKB AUK involved in the fights.
He's got an Arcane Rune as well, so that's like the absolute dream here for him.
Smoke will be popped as Dubu, in position on the high ground, does put an end to it. They'll put an end to his life. It's not the big kill that they were hoping for, as the rest of Fnatic will be given the time to get straight out of there. So only Dubu going down there to that smoke.
PPD finds the wards too. He's like, why is Dubu here? He's doing something, and yeah, he checks the ward spots. He even uses the courier to check that high ground, and he's even going to check the secondary spot. So he's going to get both of these D wards here for PPD. Nice amount of gold. And now there's no vision on the map at all for Fnatic. That was actually their only wards that they had down.
That's very true. Whereas with NiP, they have a lot of coverage on this bottom half of the map. It's as good as theirs. They see every single movement coming in on the bottom half.
That was a really important move there for NiP to clear out their jungle and get these timings. Right now, it's pretty much BKB done for Fada as well. So they've got this double BKB timing that's going to be quite nice for them. I think Ace also might have an AC on top at the same to be able to fight into Fnatic's lineup. But yeah, keeping these lanes pushed out, they have to address it. As Ice being a nuisance bottom, he's actually going to get away from all of them.
Unable to find him down as they came hunting on that bottom lane.
He actually he sandstormed and walked through the tower. they didn't end up finding him.
20 minutes coming up, time to strike. As Fnatic have to make sure that these bounties don't go the way of the AUK.
Yeah, they've got a timing themselves now too, right? BKB's done on the SF, and now they have Diffusal coming out for Jabs. So now Jabs can get involved. Now Jabs can actually be a fighter as well for his team rather than just a farmer.
We'll see the runes go 2 apiece between the sides. DJ still with the remainder of the smoke. Continue to see if they can catch anyone else heading over here. But NiP, well, they fall foul to it. Ace is getting open upon. Can they burst him before he gets a chance to put the BKB? They cannot. He is able to pop the BKB. Now looks to turn with the concoction. Throws it down onto Ice. It's a big cooldown. The song comes out from Jabs. He's trying to save his teammates. Buyback from Ice. Harbed in position. The BKB, but the timing's off. The timing's off. They kill the Witch Doctor, but Fada's fine. He's able to keep going. Looks towards DJ. DJ uses himself up. Harbed will be able to raise down Ace. Now he turns towards Fada. Fada finishes off DJ. Harbed surrounded. The Meteor Hammer down from Saxa. Harbed will be able to bring down another with him, but it costs him his life. It's a 3 for 3 there. The combo not quite perfect from Fnatic, as that could have certainly gone a whole lot better for them, but it doesn't go terrible as Harbed is able to still bring down a lot with him, including the 2 main cores of NiP.
Who got the big gold at the end there that's in this fight? Let's take a look. So Fada got a decent amount. Abed got quite a lot. I think 33 got a crazy amount too inside of the fight because he just finished up a full Midas after that. So he had the hood, full Midas now, because he survived to the entire end of it. So that's going to be really nice for him. As
they didn't get the multicast though. Time to sell it and buy another one.
He should have primed it more. He should have casted some spells first.
Does that actually work?
I mean, people say it does, but
let's have a look. Saxa. We found Ice. He's not messing around. He says we need an epi for this one. Just get the job done. Fada and Ace unable to strike back in time. DJ getting away, but Dubu will be found out as PPD drops down the Death Ward with the help of 33. They'll stun up and take down Dubu. Game stays. I mean, the game stays close. It's 17-14. It's close, but there's an AUK on one side, and the AUK lineup is not massively ahead. So you still do have to feel more comfortable with the way that Fnatic's playing this one so far. PPD's found. Ace trying to strike back. He's moving in with a concoction onto Ice. DJ with the Yule Scepter. Holds back the AUK. Fada's turned up. Drums and pop. They want to continue to chase. Ice. He's got another Burrow Strike. Will be able to separate himself from Ace and Fada. Get away from the cooldown. Homing Missile connects. Fada trying to get in range with the Rocket Barrage. Is it enough? It is. Fada will still get the kill.
That's a long time that Ice is dead too. 70 seconds that buyback did use.
Space is there for Jabs, as his farm does continue to rack up Reaver done.
Oh, Fada's actually queued up his own Aghanims.
His up. Ah.
Maybe he wants to get it.
I mean, it is such a good item on the Gyro. But even saying that, we are seeing some games where Gyros don't even get the Aghanims. And yeah, as you say, that this is a game where he has the Alk, but Fada favoring the item that much that he wants it ASAP. He doesn't want to have to wait until Ace buys it for him, which obviously isn't going to be soon because Ace, he's sort of the powerhouse at the moment. He needs to be building for himself rather than for the team.
He's also building the carry build. If you looked at the talents that he took the attack speed talent, he took the damage talent. We usually see the concoction talent and the health talent taken from the Alchemist. He's building to be the right clicker, and Fada's building to be the tank. He even Fada took the health talent on Gyro, so you can tell he's looking to absorb damage.
Ace finds Dubu there. Quick jump with the blink concoction, and a tower taken as well. As he'll push on. Yeah, it really is Ace starting to take the team on his shoulders.
Bloodlusted Alchemist with an AC, with the damage talents as well. So yeah, he's...
I mean, what does he get? I wouldn't be surprised if he does get the Mjolnir, right? If he's going for this right-click and attack speed.
Oh, he's definitely going to go for it eventually.
Yeah. I mean,
he's probably going to take the 40% cleave talent as well. He's versus the Naga Siren, so he's going to go for the right-click talents.
For sure. You take the cleave, take the Mjolnir, and yeah, certainly the Naga Siren jabs, even when he has the heart, they can kill the illusions.
Yep.
They can fight it.
We'll see what Fada decides. I think this is determined based on how the fights go. He'll either go for the Ags if they're, if they're having a little bit of trouble maybe, but if they have a fight where they win, he just buys the Maelstrom, right? I'd assume at least, but could be wrong.
And he wants both eventually, right?
Yeah.
But as you say, yeah, if there's a world where he can just get the Maelstrom and wait for the Alk to farm him and Ags later, it would be more efficient. But maybe NiP just feel under pressure right now.
Maybe. Jabs does have a full heart finished up too.
Yeah.
So he's got 3,500 HP now too. So pretty strong timing for them, but the SF's still pretty weak. He picks up an Eagle Song.
Interesting. We'll talk about it in a minute because Ace actually is going to be gone on. Have they got the chain stun to make sure there's no chance for a BKB? They certainly do. They'll kill him off before he's able to press it. Fada is able to get his own off. But he's taking quite a bit of heavy physical damage. Has to back off. Good death wall from PPD. Pushes Arbet and Ice Ice to the side. PPD will pay with his life, but it does at least create the cover for the rest of NiP to get out. Still, though, it's 2 down on NiP. Double kill for Jabs, as he's the one to claim the kills.
So that's twice now that I've seen Ace where he sees them before they get the stun on him, and he pops Rage instead of BKB. I think we're going to see him popping the BKB earlier now instead of the Chemical Rage, because they have the damage.
He's only used it once. He can afford to be a sort of a little more trigger happy with using that BKB, but he hasn't been. And it's cost him his life, at least in 2 situations. Fnatic now off the back of those kills, they'll be able to easily step into Roche, take it very safely with all the illusions that Jabs can offer up, tanking it with those with that heart on the illusions, and this will be Aegis going the way of Arbet. Arbet also incredibly close to having the butterfly complete. And as I was going to say before that fight, looking at the build from Ace, actually queuing up the Abyssal, so favoring the control rather than necessarily the means to deal with the illusions.
Okay. I've seen some people talking about and asking questions. I saw even
it was Miracle tweeted
today about the heart and the Abyssal Blade comparison.
So this is a Miracle approved build because Miracle likes the Abyssal over the heart.
Yeah. Well, he was asking. He didn't ask the question because people were saying that you get like so much extra HP regen when you have the heart plus your Chemical Rage. It just works really well.
And we'll see. He's, of course, not invested into it as of yet, so Ace could still be deciding whether it is going to be Abyssal that he goes for.
Yep. We'll see which items they go for. Yeah, continue to try to keep the pressure down bottom. There's the Maelstrom instead, by the way, picked up. He switched.
I was going to say, he needs the Mjolnir. Yeah. He needs the Mjolnir. And he knows. Ace, he knows. My man, he knows.
He really has to be...
You got. It's a Naga Siren with a heart. It's a very farm Naga Siren that Jabs has. You've got to build to deal with him. And Mjolnir's going to do so much with the attack speed. The attack speed that Ace has.
Yeah.
This is definitely the correct way.
Has to be, like you said, more trigger happy with the BKB though, because with not going for the health talent and all that, it makes him a lot squishier when he does get stunned up.
And Fada also continues to save up the money, yet to invest in that Ags.
Yeah.
We'll see if he himself also has queued up another item, but still buys a Maelstrom. Could certainly happen.
Yep, definitely a possibility. Fnatic all set up on this high ground here. They've got a good timing to push when they pushed in the lanes to get these high ground wards.
Jabs just continue to tank up Skadi after the heart.
Yeah.
Just making sure that it is going to be harder for NiP to deal with the illusions, but if they are able to get to a point where there is an Axe Maelstrom on Fada, to be honest, done on the Alchemist, they could definitely deal with sort of the constant pushing from the illusions.
Yeah.
And Abed continue to just go full in on the stance on the right click. Satanic and MKB queued up.
It's also, Scotty's also just an incredible item versus Gyrocopter too, right? It's very rare that you see Scotty's versus ranged heroes, but Scotty got buffed and changed, remember? So it's not good versus melees, and it's amazing versus ranged heroes now. So that also as well is good versus Fada's Gyro. And it lets him chase the BKB units too, so.
I believe we have Ice taunting there. I believe I heard a dust attempt. Didn't quite catch him, so he's dropping them the question marks.
I like the sprays a lot. Nobody really used them yet last year, so.
They weren't very good last year.
These
They're
are really
much
funny.
better this year.
Yeah. Oh, Ice steps up too far.
Oh, he will get defensively disrupted. Fada's going to pot the BKB. Abed's in, though. He pots the BKB. So's DJ. They're moving in with their own BKBs. They'll look for the squishies first. DJ makes a beeline straight towards PPD. Will be able to find him. Now they turn towards 33. 33's mana's been drained by the Nagasaran Illusions with that Diffusal Blade. They've looked at Saxo as well. They'll be able to clean up 3. Abed with the double kill. As they may have got Ice, but Ice says it was all but a debate. As NiP lose the fight, and now take some serious damage here on the tier 3s as Fnatic push on. Buyback comes out from Saxa, but 33 and PPD unable to buy back. Song's going to be used. They're going to get on top of the Gyro. They know that Fada already used the BKB. He's incredibly vulnerable. The timing isn't there. This time it's not. They mess up the timing, but it doesn't matter. They'll get the kill. The Requiem was but just a taunt. Good stun into Beto Hammer. Let's see if they got the disruption in time to save Abed. Abed just TPing straight out of there, but Ice back in, jumps in with a concoction. TP's cancelled, but Saxa's dead. That's a dieback for him. They turn towards Fada. Fada still has to be careful. 12 seconds towards the BKB. Abed, he's in trouble. PPD with a death swap finishes him off. Now they go towards Jabs. Jabs TPing out. They got anything to cancel it. They do not. As Jabs will be able to get out of there. NiP do hold. Does cost them a couple of buybacks, but gets the job done. Will push back Fnatic, but of course overall Fnatic the ones to grow that net worth lead, being able to force those buybacks out.
The fights are seeming so difficult for NiP. The BKB comes out from the Alchemist, but he's squishy. He only has 1800 HP. Even when he walks in, he gets hit a couple times, and he actually had to back away when the SF popped the BKB, the Lesh popped the BKB, and Jabs was just walking in as his Naga Siren. He couldn't actually just get the amount of damage. I think the 50 damage down is actually kind of hurting him, instead of having that little bit of extra health as an Alch. Because 1800 is not a lot. It really does make him feel a lot squishier.
I mean, because what sort of item can you slip into his build that sort of solves
Abyssal in the Heart, right? One of those.
Yeah, sure, Abyssal, yeah.
It's one of those two in order to get the
HP. Him up a little bit.
Yeah, but
then what are you getting rid of? What are you dropping out?
It's got to get rid of the blink.
I guess so.
I guess so.
You've got to rely on sort of Saxa and PPD to get him with those opening stuns.
Yeah, eventually he'll have to, right? Right now he's going for the Moonshard first, and then he might go for like. I think he needs to go for some more HP items.
I mean, we are seeing as well, you know, Fada is building up his own Aghanims, but, I mean, at this point where Fada's still getting the Aghanims, is there not a part of you that sort of says, wouldn't it have been nicer if, rather than getting a Moonshard for himself, Ace would have been the one to funnel the Aghs towards Fada, and Fada could have just bought a Maelstrom himself?
Perhaps, yeah.
Because what's more scary, sort of getting Aghs Maelstrom on your Gyro, or getting Moonshard for yourself? I think you favour the Aghs Maelstrom on the Gyro. We're going to see the jump in from Ace. Song comes out from Jabs. Going to put a stop to this, allow Dubu to step back, make some space, and Dubu will be able to get out of there to keep everyone safe and happy. Fada, he has got that Ice complete.
Ice wants to go on this.
He's going to get the jump. They've got a follow-up stun. Fada not popping the BKB for now. Doesn't need to. The rest of the team not quite close enough. Dust comes out, doesn't clip onto Ice. He's able to hide in the trees. Ace is hunting with a concoction, won't find him. They'll pop down the Tinker Ward. They do see Ice approaching right now as Ice steps in. Maledict cast. It's out on him, but on the side, the rest of Fnatic, they're climbing in onto 33. DJ's in with a BKB. Runs past 33. He's getting the damage down onto PPD as well. Buyback comes out on 33. Ace tries to go for the concoction. Will manage to find a target, but Dubu's there with a dodge. They chase DJ with a rocket barrage. They will kill him off, but Jabs, he's still full health, full mana. Man to dodge the paralyzing cast. Turns towards PPD. PPD's out of mana. He's out of life as well. Potentially no, the stun does hold back Jabs, but PPD's got to hide. Ace cooking up the concoction. Ready to jump back in. Gets There's the two-man connection on both Abed and Jabs. Abed being focused, disrupted.
Gets him.
Dubu again, saving Abed for now. Abed's trying to run away, but the Radiance ends up taking him out as they'll kill off Abed. Look towards Jabs. Jabs hiding in the trees, but again, this one gives them the vision. They'll land the Fire Blast, claim the kill, double kill for Ace. Ice tries to come back in, actually whiffs the stun again, missing PPD. Will be able to blink out and keep himself safe, but NiP strike back as Fnatic try and force a fight. But Ace with some fancy footwork, diving in and out with the blink dagger. And then that big play at the end, catching both Abed and Jabs with one concoction, sends the fight in NiP's favor.
They actually were able to split it up so nicely, right? Fada ran left and dragged some heroes with him while Ace went up top to the right. So they completely split the fight up, and then Ace was able to get that reset, get that perfect stun out. Now he's got 8,000 gold. Now he can buy both, right?
He can buy what he wants.
And the Aghanim Snap.
Yeah, he's yet to invest, but Ace indeed. Keeping it cool, carrying the game.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight for NiP for them to come back in that one. And when it looked like Fnatic, they really were starting to run forward with it here. They hadn't spent a lot of gold, though.
Oh, now they're getting picked off on the side here. Yules into the stun. Ice, he's got a one charge, but that will not save him. Or will it? No.
Whoop.
Or will it?
He's got the missile on him. Should be pretty dead.
I mean, the
make him work for it,
missile
though.
alone won't kill him. Fada can't get in here.
He's going to have a TP. Wow.
He can't get in it. The trees are
survive.
blocking this whole area off, so Ice, he will escape. He's able to get out of it all.
He didn't even taunt. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was waiting for Ice to taunt. You know it's coming. So in the last fight, too, for Fnatic, Jabs had 6,000 or 5,500 gold when they went in to go for that one, too. So now he just buys the full BKB instead of going for that Eye of Scotty. Or
It's going to be strong. 10-second BKB at this point of the game. Yep. It's going to be very nice. We look at how's the status of the BKBs on NiP. It was 7 seconds.
Sevens.
7.
Stun forward on 2.
Ice. Whoa.
Where'd Ace go?
That's Ace dead and gone. Didn't get a chance to put the BKB again. NiP getting caught out when Fnatic come in with these quick jumps. As both Ace and 33 taken out. Ace does have buyback available with 33. He's dead for 100 after that buyback play earlier down on the bottom lane, I believe, right? His buyback. Yeah, still on cooldown for 5 minutes.
He just got evaporated immediately.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, this is what happens. If he doesn't get the BKB off, he's dead.
He's just dead. Soul Catcher into a stun.
Dead.
And super dead. Damn. I didn't think he died that fast, though. That looked like, I actually thought he was the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, I was like,
wait,
that was Ace? He's gone.
Stun forward. Ice.
He's gone. Did manage, of course, to consume the Moonshard and has now queued up the Aghanims. We'll see which teammate that's going to favour for first. But interesting as well, as we said, maybe talking about the potential of switching that Blink Dagger out for a stat-related item. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that. Does want to hold on to his Blink, which, you know, as we keep saying, does leave him very vulnerable. All of the fights are reliant on him getting the BKB off. That BKB is going to get shorter in duration. Well, if he's able to use it, of course, which he hasn't been a few times. Cost him his life. Doesn't want to buy back as well. He's back in 15. Will mean that they will have to concede the mid-racks here. Fnatic are able to take those away from NiP. Melee racks gone. They'll work a little bit on the range racks with the illusions, but they'll play it safe, get back as Ace will respawn. As Fnatic keeping the net worth even, and in an out game, that's always good for the team that doesn't have the AUK.
Yep, and they're going to go continue that. Since they got that tier 3, they can go clean up some shrines, get themselves some more map control.
Start pushing Jabs closer and closer to having the Hex. Abed, he's got the full Satanic.
He's going for just all these right-click builds.
I like it.
Yeah.
Not sort of the build you get to see a lot on SFs. I mean, we don't see a crazy amount of SFs, but it's been a long time since I've seen an SF go for sort of the right clicks, just standing up build rather than these sort of jumping, using, you know, playmaking SFs. But it really is working out well for Abed this game.
Hey, I'm hyped up from some -5 presence aura armor. -12 AoE armor versus this team is actually going to be pretty significant.
I mean, Ace is just going to get shredded.
Yeah.
He does have the AC. Well, that won't be enough, considering his HP so low. So Sice is able to get out with the Burrow Strike, focus towards Dubu. They'll go for the support killer. They'll get it, but Dubu's going to buy back immediately, and still the rest of Fnatic's cores are ready to go. Sice in position on the high ground.
Jabs gets caught by the stun here.
Do it the follow-up. He needs help, and he needs it now. That's going from Sice, but the BKBs this time from NiP are around in time. Fada's able to pop it as well as Ace. They will start a warehouse. DJ tries for the TP out. He's going to make it up and go for the TP out, but the BKB wears off. They got the Yules. Ace, he's picked up the triple. He's going to be able to get the morph as well. It's an ultra kill for Ace. As this time, NiP, they have those BKBs out and popped. And that's when they're at their strongest. The amount of damage coming out when this out can stay alive, it's real. With the cleave, with the damage talents, with the right-click build, the Mione, this man punches. And he just punched Fnatic back to the base.
Jabs got chain stunned. He got hit by, what was the initial stun? He got hit by the next stun, into Meteor Hammer, into a missile, into a Fire Blast, and he wasn't able to get his BKB off.
It's all about getting, if they can get those chain stuns, both teams.
Holy moly.
It's so tricky.
And now full Abyssal.
It's got the Abyssal, and this is what we wanted to see, right? You say, swap out the Blink, gives you that extra bit of HP, and gives you a further bit of stun, and that stun through the BKBs as well.
Yeah, and he's about to hit 25, so you thought he was attacking fast before. If he wants to take that base attack time,
he's
which he probably will.
He's going to take it.
He is going to be hitting so fast.
Take it. He took it.
Oh, yeah.
He took it.
Let's watch this. Let's look at the base attack time. What is it? 0.4 without using the Chemical Rage. So when he uses, oh my God,
when he uses Chemical Rage.
What's it going to be, 0.1?
Give me the numbers. Someone run the numbers on that.
When he's Bloodlusted as well?
Let's have a look.
Well, we're going to find out in a second.
Looking towards Roche, but Fnatic are prepared around it. Arbed's back in 12.
They're
Maybe
just walking up.
can fight before Arbed's back. It's a 10-second window, not a very big one.
33 feeling very confident now because he's pretty tanky. He's got this Crimson Guard with the 40 strength talent too, so this Ogre can act as his frontliner really easily now. 11k gold lead. That swung incredibly fast there. As Ace, he keeps the blink. Just because how much work it's been doing. For now, he just moves the phase boots for the time being.
I can see, yeah, blink over boots.
Sure.
I can see it. I can see it. Especially, I guess, because you have the Abyssal, you are going to blink on a target. You blink on a core, Abyssal him, you don't need to be moving, right? You're just punching him in the face.
What's his base attack time? 0.19.
Jump up to the high ground. They managed to get the stun on the 2, but Jabs is in position to come in with the song. BKBs weren't used yet by NiP, so they won't be able to fight on through the song. They can try and chase after it wears off. DJ is actually going to be the one to start the fight for Fnatic as he goes back in onto Saxa. In fact, he's separating himself from the whole of the team, keeping Saxa pushed out. Saxa will stay alive. Now the BKB comes out from Ace. Ace looking for his target. He's been able to take down one. Now let's towards Jabs. Jabs with the BKB pop will be able to get away, but they've cleaned up. Ice. Ice does have the buyback available. The rest of Fnatic just getting out of there. They'll be able to manage to get everyone else away from NiP. NiP have to play a bit more reserved whilst the BKBs are on cooldown.
They're starting.
You saw it there. This man punches.
They're starting just to be too tanky, it seems like, on NiP. In the last few fights, they've run in with their BKBs on Fnatic, and they can't actually clean anybody up. Even though they've gotten the soul catchers off, it's tough for them to actually kill somebody.
Uh-oh. They got him. All the stuns in the world.
How quick things have turned in the other direction.
They certainly have. NiP, they've got that lead now. Ace's build, it's in its element right now.
Yep, it absolutely worked. And Fada, who was struggling, bought the Aghanims, had no money before, has a full Satanic as well. They're all hitting their 25s.
He's a tanky boy.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if he doesn't get that BKB off. He's probably going to be able to live through that attempt on his life. Once he has it, of course, and at the moment he's yet to spend it. Would mean that he does forego having the buyback, as it's 200 gold away. 200 gold away from having both. So.
All right, let's watch the Alchemist.
Is he going for it?
Is he even got a Chemical Rage for it?
He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to.
But we want him to.
We want him to. But still, even without it, with that AC Miona, he attacks damn fast. So they'll be able to take down Roche, get that Aegis and cheese. See, Fada's already prepared a slot. PPD. The cheese master.
Give the cheese to 33.
Giving it to
33. Better. He's so buff now.
I mean, they all are, right? 33 being an ogre, and as you say, with strength talent, he can just head in on the front. And Fada as well. With the Satanic build, he can head in on the front. Now it doesn't really matter as much that Ace doesn't have those HP items. Sure,
absolutely.
He's doing all right now because he has the Abyssal Blade.
Yeah.
But you have these two beefy cores that just go in, and Ace can just focus on getting the damage out on the vulnerable opponents. 41 minutes in, NiP starting to really take back hold of the lead, and Fnatic are pushed back to their high ground, pushed back to the base. Still very much good chances for Fnatic to take good fights if they can still find the avenue to punish the BKB usages.
33 just got a 4x multi, Midas.
Oh, well that. They won.
It was beautiful. They're all positioned here. They've got the lanes pushed in nicely. They've got mid as well as top pushed in. Bottom is a little bit of a problem. That one's pushing in pretty hard onto NiP's side, but they've got the important mid lane pushed out versus that, you know, the racks that they do have down. So that's the one they want to be making sure they take care of. As they're just sitting around looking for a fight. They're feeling how strong they really are with this Alchemist. and with this Aegis as well. Now Fnatic just kind of trapped in their base.
Interesting. Wraith Band over drums, discuss.
That's unintentional, I believe.
Okay. I'm sure he'll swap it. But maybe. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he dies by like 1 HP. We'll be like... I mean, let's do the maths. 3 strength versus 6 strength.
Drum's better, dude.
Okay, drums is better. Yeah.
Drum's a lot better.
Vada!
Vada!
He's not awake yet. It is early morning. It is early morning.
He's focused on the grand scheme of the game.
Sure, he's not focused about the 2K things like drums over Wraith Band. He'll realise soon.
I mean, I hope he does, actually.
PPD's going to check. If Fada dies, you know PPD's going to be clicking on him and going, Fada.
You got a Wraith Band in it.
You got a Wraith Band.
He'll notice. Does he notice now? Oh, yeah, he noticed now. There we go, yeah.
Oh, well, he sold both. He was going to sell them both
okay,
anyway.
There we go. That's
why. Fada's logic. He's like, I'm going to sell them both anyway.
That makes
sense. Get that
then.
Demon Edge. And not just, was that the whole MK?
Almost buy. Yeah, he has the whole MKB and he almost has buyback as well. That was his thought process.
Yeah, that was, yeah. He was already on the next move. Yeah. Ahead of the game, Fada. Now comes the push. Fnatic, they are prepared, or at least as best as they will be. Oh, but not quite at that 25, which, as you mentioned, would be really nice for the fights if he's able to hit that 25.
Feels like they hit a brick wall, even though they were doing such a good job of getting these kills, even on their side too. Just one fight, one mistake versus an Alchemist.
And I mean, as you said, well, you think he is going to take the Presence Aura?
Everyone
armor?
takes CDR. I only said that because they were snowballing.
Because still with the Satanic, the BKB, it's really nice, right, to have that just cooldown, especially on the Satanic, which is already rather low as it is, only 35.
Yeah, for sure.
Having lowering it by that 40% gives you comfortably for at least every creep wave, every push that's potentially going to come in. There's going to be the jump. Fada nuked down low by the Soul Catcher. Quick pop of the Satanic, he's back up to full.
The beauty about being able to lifesteal off illusions, the dream. When you couldn't lifesteal off illusions, it was so painful, but now you can just always Satanic and just hit them and you're fine.
They're going to try for the smoke play here, Fnatic, see if they can catch off NiP. It's going to be hard with the Aegis and Cheese on their side of NiP.
It's definitely a risky one.
Like, who are you jumping? 33's in position to sort of block off any of these attempts.
And he's very likely to get the cheese off and be able to turn the fight with his team. So, Bounty Runes, all 4.
All of them. NiP, they've got full control of the map right now.
Did that go from 15k to 20k? I think it did.
Moved, I think yes. Yeah, it was a lot of money.
Yeah. And it gets an Illusion Rune as well on top. So.
And Ace, he's getting those Ags now. There it is. Who's it going to? It's got to be the Nyx, right? No, it's got to be the Ogre, right? No, they're all good. They're all good.
Eat it yourself.
Who's he going to give it to? Who's he going to give it to? It's going to go the way... Oh, he's not giving it to anyone.
33, right?
Yeah, 33.
Okay, that's definitely the best one. Is it, though?
I'm sure PPD's making an argument for himself. He's like, dude.
Gives me True Strike. I can hit the SF through.
This is your last LAN, Ace.
But here we go. They've got everything. They've got Aegis ticking down right now.
That's the air. It's gone. It's gone. So that's one bit of a worry off the minds of Fnatic.
Yep. Saksa doing a little bit of a slow push bottom. He's throwing the Meteor Hammer on the bottom tower while they siege mid.
And there's his 25. He's going to take the cooldown, isn't he? Maybe.
I think he's probably debating it.
Nah, he didn't. Cooldown still.
Satanic
BKB, yeah.
They'll buff. That means they're just going to buff the other one to like -10 presence armor at some point.
Yeah, he's playing the long game. He's just hoping that Valve give it a buff.
Yeah. Stuck in their base as NiP continues to grow their lead.
22k advantage. Fada rolling in the money for his next big item.
How's our XP too?
Whoa! Oh. They're out of the base. Ice.
They're on
Lean and ready to go. They'll get Saksa.
He's got a Yules.
I mean, he is surely gone. No Vendetta will save him there as they have that vision. Get the D-Ward as well. We'll be able to get themselves out of the map, and it may just be an Nyx Assassin, but with a member down, NiP unlikely to push. They'll back off onto their half of the map. This gives a bit of breathing room, bit of opening for Fnatic to get the waves pushed back out, get some vision out.
Yeah, go look for maybe any wards or get your own wards down just during all this time as Jabs will finish up that Hex.
Yeah, got that Hex. DJ's nearly got his Octarine.
His farm slowed down quite a lot on Jabs, though. Even though he's still looking, he's still at the top 2. He did get slowed down a lot from those deaths in the fights. So they're all kind of just sticking together. Still a bit afraid, even though Sox is dead. They're just making sure that they're all grouped as 4. While DJ continues to push out top. He's also very farmed on the Lash.
Yeah. Making sure he has money for buyback and Octarine by looks of it.
Yeah, they're just, they're getting out. They're looking for the wards, getting their own vision down too.
Yeah, and NiP just waiting until Sax is back in the game before they make any moves outside of their base.
Yep. No risk.
It's full pipe done. Finally finished off by 33. He's like, I can spare the gold to do so.
I was surprised he didn't buy that earlier.
Yeah.
He didn't ever finish it. He just bought a hood for
he likes the green.
Yeah.
Continuing to Midas his way towards a Hex for himself. Those multicast Hexes could certainly come in big time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ace is about to have another Aghanims 2 finished up, and they're just waiting. Now they can probably go and look once they push this wave out a little bit further. They've got bottom pushed out, but top's pushing it a little bit, but they're going to smoke and look for anything anyway. Fnatic expecting this. They're positioned on this high ground with a ward, too. 4 heroes bloodlusted at the moment on the side of NiP.
Will they fall foul to this trap set by Fnatic?
There's DD as well inside of Abed's bottle.
33. Smoke's going to dispel. They know Fnatic's on the high ground. They're going to try for the Burrow Strike. They're going to stun each other. Ace is in with the BKB straight away on top of him. Can they kill him off in time? TJ's able to get the Yules and the BKB off. TJ's still alive. He'll walk out. Jab's going to use the song. Looks like it will be a disengage from Fnatic, as the rest of them will look to get out of there, but not before they lose both DJ and Dubu. Both supports down.
This attacks so fast. Anyone he gets on top of just dies. He started to switch out his Radiance now too, so he can make sure to have just the straight damage items with the Blink and the bots. He moves it back and forth with the Boots of Travel a bunch of times too.
At this rate, they can definitely play the slow game NiP and just get Ags out for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like in the fights, Fnatic just is doing no damage anymore now. They were hitting a point where they were chunking people down, but everybody on NiP just started to get way too much farm and items. After those last few fights, is 33 also now hitting level 25. Which talent are you going to take 33? Are you going to take the move speed? I'm seeing most people taking the move speed.
Oh, you take the damage, dude.
Well, it doesn't work on your unrefined.
Yeah, but
That's
plus
the thing. But yeah,
300.
I know. It's actually, he has the Axe. He already been given the Axe. He'll probably go for it. He should go. I'd assume he goes for it. But I'm telling you, I saw a lot of people going for the
plus
other one.
300, you get plus 300 and get a multicast. That everybody's dead.
Yep, 540 times 4.
Maybe you're right. Maybe the sensible one is the.
I mean,
dude,
he's
plus 300.
Plus 3. I mean, with the Axe, right? It's like, but it doesn't work on the unrefined, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was the Axe doesn't matter. That's what you're telling me, right? But still, just it doesn't. It's just plus 300 on one of your Fire Blood. Yeah, you gotta take.
Good man.
It's so good.
But you're so speedy with the other one.
But it doesn't matter. You don't need to run anyway if everyone's dead.
I'm telling you, I was watching it. I mean, I think if you take like the 100 damage and stuff and you're a right clicker, you take the movement speed. But if you're gonna be like this, you're a spellcaster.
I think if you,
I'm just telling you what I saw.
300 every time, dude.
I'm telling you what I saw in the lots of the games that I was looking at the pubs. People were taking like all 4 right talents
pubs.
on the
This is professional Dota 2, Giannis.
Professional players playing pubs.
Yeah. Terrible professional players playing pubs. This is the right one. 33 nice. It's ready to blow some fools up with his Fire Blast.
They got the Yules. Connection with the stun.
Here we go. Oh.
The second one did a lot. The first, the unrefined, you can see doesn't do a whole lot of damage. But
No,
yeah,
not in comparison to the plus 300 Fire Blast.
Much
Sure.
nicer. Continuing their lead, 34,000 gold.
Abed's got his MKB.
And his buyback as well.
Yep. And he's still got a lot of breathing room to sort of build into. He's got, he's going to get rid of the drums eventually, get something for that. He get himself a Moonshot, get himself an Axe. There's a lot of places for Abed to go if the game does continue to continue.
Yeah, same with Jabs. Well, kind of. Jabs, just because he has like the BKB and some treads, so he can still look to be moving stuff around, at least for himself as well.
Jabs. Queuing up the Nullifier, so focusing more on damage.
For Jabs or for...
Jabs, yeah. Bloodthorn.
Yeah,
Bloodthorn.
like,
Bloodthorn.
yeah.
Bloodthorn, yeah.
Can be good to deal with the evasions as well once the BKBs are down. At least on the gyrocopter, but still super hard for Fnatic to take any of these fights. It does seem their damage is just really not there versus all this protection that NiP does have. And now map control is looking like it should continue to go in NiP's favor, even though there's an the Naga Siren on the side of Fnatic. They're able to clear these illusions pretty easy. So Roche is the next thing on the menu. And who's getting the next?
There you go. Fada's got his axe.
Now Fada's got it.
So he no longer needs the one he bought himself.
Yep. He can buy himself another item.
He certainly can. And ooh, he's queued up Rapier. I don't know if he needs it, but I'm not going to complain.
Wait, why was I saying them doing Roche? They already had Roche. Sorry.
That's right. It's early morning. It's 9 AM. But yeah, he's queuing up the Rapier, Fada. I mean, I guess he feels that they're really struggling to push high ground. But we love the Rapiers.
I think he's also just feeling like they can't kill people anymore on the side of Fnatic. If the fights end quickly,
yeah. Let's see. Let's see if he gets the Rapier close to the game, or if he gets the Rapier and throws the game. Both of them will be equally exciting to observe.
The Rapier is only good on one of the heroes on Fnatic, while on the side of NiP, it's good on a couple.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you don't really care if it goes their way.
It's like SF getting it can be painful.
Jabs
getting it's kind of...
Sure, it's there. Oh.
Done for it. Ice. Off the mark.
He's going to miss it. So you have the Hex reveal to Fada, but not really able to do anything with it. There's no follow-up. Able to push on. Force out the fortification. Fada, of course, having the annoyance of his mana being drained by this consistent illusion pressure. ISO coming in again with the 2-man Burrow Strike. They're trying to nuke Fada down. Won't quite be able to kill him. Ace frozen. A concoction keeps jabs held right back. They'll take the tier 3 tower. NiP now moving on towards the racks. Range racks are claimed. They'll look for more. Another Hex out onto Fada. He's forced back to safety. Get the tier 3 in the range racks.
33 and Fada just sitting up there on the front line. They can't actually get to the back line. You see Ace is actually playing in the back, just waiting to get a single jump. If he gets on top of anybody, we see how fast he kills them. So yeah, they're just parking the two super tanky heroes in front, and Fnatic could do nothing about it. They lose their range racks. Bounty runes are spawning, so you see NiP, they back up. We also have the power runes all over the place too, because we're at these 55-minute mark.
DD and Arcane, both very nice ones for them to try and fight with. There's Hex Stunt. Upgrading his boots. Fada still holding off on spending the majority of his money. He's got that 8,000 gold ready to go. Could obviously get a Moonshard for himself, but he's dreaming of the bigger things. He wants that Rapier.
They're buying wards and sentries for their teammates now too, both the Alchemists as well as the Gyrocopter. They're like, don't worry guys, we got you. It's funny that PPD also has the Refresher Shard himself on the Witch Doctor. And the other crazy thing is we were talking about how damage has become a problem for Fnatic in the last, like, what, 15, 20 minutes? PPD is also 25. He has one of the ridiculous ones where it's a 1.5% max heal on top of that Voodoo. So, quite a lot, for sure.
He's got that Refresher Shard, that double heal.
Double heal.
Crap.
Double cask, man. Double cask is terrifying.
That is.
Kind of interested to see him holding it anyway, though. Rather than like you give it to the Ogre Magi, it gets like he can axe the whole enemy team or something, right? Kind of surprising to see them giving it to PPD.
Give it to the Ogre. Maybe. As 33 continues to rack up the gold. Those multicast Midas usages.
Yep.
There's another axe. This one's going all the way at PPD. Well, probably Saxa right over PPD. Give us Saxa first, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'll give it to Peter. He's got the Refresher
I mean,
shard.
Peter, he's the more important person.
Oh, I give it to Saxa.
Yeah, dude, you gotta give it
you
to
have
Nyx.
to,
You give
yeah.
the Nyx Assassin Axe.
I mean, at this point,
good.
I don't think it really matters which one they give it to because they have a 50k gold lead and they're keeping it Fnatic.
All right, so it's probably he's gonna get them out to both of them at this rate.
Yeah.
Their plan is super safe. Yeah, you're right. 50,000 gold, ladies and gentlemen. 50,000 gold. And still, yet to be able to take a melee axe. Melee axe is down the top, and both middle and bottom are safe and fine. Whereas obviously Fnatic earlier in the game, they did take that melee axe from the mid lane of NiP.
Fada has 10,000 gold.
He wants the rapier, but he also wants to slot for the cheese. So he doesn't want the rapier yet.
Maybe he wants 2 rapiers, so if he dies with one, he can just pick up the other.
I mean, that would be the super safe play to do.
Oh, is he
What's he gonna do?
he looked like he was running toward it.
I mean, at this point, I feel like you probably do just get yourself a Moonshot anyway, because you're saving up so much gold. But I guess he wants to be able to push, use the cheese, and then buy a Rapier for the slot, and have buyback still.
I mean,
what's the value of buyback if you're feeding a Rapier? And Ice changed it. Boo.
Second butterfly.
I mean, it's safer. I don't think he didn't need to go for the Rapier.
No, they don't need to.
No, and I'm sure PPD is having stern words.
They're still afraid to go for the high ground. With a 50,000 gold lead.
Well, Fada's just going to prove his point now. You know, he's going to be like, well, you didn't let me get the Rapier. We're not going to be able to push.
All right, butterfly coming out. Second one. Courier's going to get it. Keeping Fnatic just trapped inside their base as they pick up more and more items. And, ooh, Sox is still not 25, though. Is he one of the few? He's the only one on his team that's not 25.
Indeed, the double butterfly. It's a beautiful sight.
It is.
You don't get to see it often.
They have MKBs, though, and they even do have a blood.
Does it? It doesn't matter for me here, doesn't it? How much evasion is that in total? 57% evasion. It's a lot of evasion.
The illusions are going to be pretty... I mean, the illusions haven't really been doing too much anymore for a while from the Naga Siren, but now they're not going to do anything to it at all. Jump forward.
Nice. He's in. He's hexed. BKB's pop takes him with the Abyssal on. Nice is dead. DJ's got to try and get out there with the BKB. He's trying to hide in the trees, turns with the stun, manages to get PPD, but they're chasing him. At the same time, off to the side, Fada's running in on Stupid, but Fada, he's been hexed. Abed, jabs, they've got the damage, they'll kill him off. That's going to be Fada dead and gone. They put the BKBs to Song as well, as they'll retreat. And they'll know if they can just keep it cool, NiP aren't going to look to fight or push with the Gyro dead. Sure, they did get 3 themselves, NiP, but it's probably going to be another 2 minutes where NiP aren't going to push because Fada's gone.
Fada got split by himself. He went left, the rest of the team went right. But the rest of the team, they take 0 damage. When they're around PPD with the Voodoo Vest and Restoration, they actually do not lose any health from anything. They were eating the Pulse Nova as well as Edict, and nobody was even taking down.
See some of those kill banners. What jabs? Yeah, got 958 for the kill on Fada.
Saxa takes the agility,
always
of course.
Nice, always very, very nice.
Agility talent with Ethereal Blade on Nyx Assassin, by the way. Something we don't see very often, but he's sitting at that nice, 220 edge.
Yeah, that's a shotgun blast and a half.
Yeah. And now PPD has his own Aghanims with the Refresher Shard.
Yeah. Whoa!
Soul Catcher.
Nice. He's got to watch out. Oh! Sort of force back up to the high ground. He'll take it though, so we'll manage to finish off the tier 3 tower. Sax is able to creep a little closer.
Look how fast he heals when he's next to PPD.
Pop the BKB for this push. He wants to try and finish off the racks, but now he's got to be careful. Buyback comes out for DJ. The BKB's going to wear out Super Ace. Ace tries to stop, but Ace is dead.
Ooh.
He committed with the BKB just to hit the racks, but it's a low duration BKB nowadays. He's used it a lot, and that leaves him vulnerable. He's dead. DJ's able to chase down PPD. That's a buyback and a half from DJ, as he'll be able to set up for both of those kills.
Very nice, yeah. Super nice buyback.
I mean,
right?
that was a little too risky, right? You're hitting the racks and you're popping BKB to try and force that melee racks. Does the game really get that much better if you do get that melee racks?
No, they can still clear it, and also they have their gyrocopter still dead. This was the time that they decided to force the high ground when they only had 4 heroes.
A little unnecessary from NiP.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the racks is cool to get, but like you said, they have Naga Siren. They can deal with the racks.
It's a 61-minute game. They're holding Fnatic in the base anyway. It's what does a melee racks matter? Right.
DJ, he bought back. He has a BKB.
Do they have
He's going to be able to live. He's looking pretty dead.
He's definitely dead.
130.
Hang on. The rest of Fnatic, they're coming in. They've got the Hex on the Fada. Fada's in trouble. It's only Sax here that's able to save him. There's the BKB. He's still not got it for 55 seconds. Abed has his though. Turns, right-click Fada. He's got the Daedalus. He's got the crits. He's got the damage. Fada's dead. Now jabs and Abed looking for more. Saxon 33 split apart. The multicast come into play. E-Blade as well. More multicast down on Abed. The roots on a 33. Silence as well. Jabs surrounding the Ogre. The Hex is up. Has he got the damage? It's a very beefy... It's a big boy. It's a big boy. It's a big boy with cheese. And cheese will heal him up.
They're starting to get mana. Saxa, he's burrowed, so he's getting that mana regen. Jabs is going to get comboed.
And he's out of mana.
Uh-oh, Jabs.
He's out of mana.
Jabs.
And Jabs. He's dead. He's dead. He's got buyback, but he's dead.
You can't underestimate these heroes in the late game. You see this Nyx burrow. You see this Ogre with an Aghanims. They're gonna. You have so much mana as a Naga Siren. He has 1,800 mana, so his intelligence, what, 150? These mana burns, they really hurt him when he does get hit by them. He can't be standing his ground there by himself. Oof.
Oh boy, there's 3 dead, no buyback.
That's the difference when you see the 60k gold lead, is that everybody on NiP is incredibly buff.
I mean, is there not temptation to just buy back on Fada and end the game? There's 3 dead for 30 plus seconds without buyback. You can end the game here, right? It's only going to be Arbed and Jabs defending, or
I mean, more
you
than
still
likely,
play it
yeah.
cool? They're playing it safe.
They probably
play
could
it
do that,
safe?
but they've been playing it safe for the majority of this game.
They've
right?
been playing it very safe. They've got a 61k lead and they haven't quite managed to close it up.
My God. All right, there they go.
That's the first and only available buyback. Only 20 seconds now for the full lineup to be back in the game. They'll have to probably concede a second set of racks here mid.
Do they just go tier 4s? Or do they just go for the megas? They're going for tier 4s. They have a DD on ace.
I mean, they take these
They kill it very fast.
quick. Song will slow it. They are very grouped up. ISSI's not wanting to poke the bro strike. PPD popping the BKB, walking
Zoning them out.
They've got the full 5-man. Oh, the multicast Hex! It gets the 2 of them! The Death Ward as well! The stump for 33! The throne is dead. They've done it. NiP will finally close up a 70k gold league victory. They'll get it. They'll finish the game. They'll win the game. What a game it was. Fnatic nearly able to hold on.
Yeah, around that, like what? I think it was around like the 35-minute mark where it looked like Fnatic had this great position to be able to do it, and then that bottom fight happened, and Ace gets that double stun, and the whole game completely turns around and is totally dominated by NiP from there. Just full map control, and they just did the farm game, and their heroes were definitely better scaling. Even though there's a Naga Siren, the fact that they can give all these Aghanims, and we saw even the supports can kill a Naga Siren.
So like indeed at the end of that game, and well, what a way to start the day. It's some exciting stuff. We're woken up. I'm sure you ladies and gentlemen at home have woke up as well after that one. That's only game 1, as we will be stepping into game 2 of NiP versus Fnatic very shortly. Do not go anywhere. We'll see you after the break. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Ti9 group stages. I'm ODPixel here with Fogged, and we are halfway through our first series of the day on this stream. Fnatic versus NiP. We just saw a very long, drawn-out game with a 70,000 gold lead finally get closed up by NiP in Game 1. Game 2, we'll see what happens. We'll see if they get the Alch again, of course. Yeah, that 70k lead was partly because Ace went off on his Alchemist.
Partly because of the Alchemist, right?
I was going to say, at that point in the game, it's, well, yeah, sure. They're getting to that point, at least. Yeah, it was certainly on the backs of Ace with his right-click build Alchemist, which worked out very well eventually. For NiP took some time, but they were able to get the win. The draft has begun for Game 2, so we'll be able to get it on your screens and have a look what's going to happen here in the second game. And so far, a bit of the same, really, right? Magnus IO ban,
same bans.
Lone True Dazzle bans. That's what we saw in Game 1. Nothing changes.
I can't remember what the last ban was.
From Fnatic, it was...
They'll probably ban it again.
Yeah, maybe they slip in an ST Lash ban or something, but yeah,
yeah, maybe the Fnatic didn't end up winning with that ST though. So
they did not. They did not, but they ended up being annoying, right? It took a long time for NiP to beat them, despite maybe having such a huge lead.
This could be the debate. ST or Ogre, maybe, is the one that they're thinking about here. Okay, so they take out the Nyx, so they want the Lesh really bad.
Yeah, they're probably. I mean, they've got to be picking the Lesh, right? If you're banning Nyx, but then the NiP just couldn't NiP just take the Lesh? I mean, Nyx is out of the pool, right?
Yeah, maybe this is like
Lesh is so good and flexible.
Yeah, maybe this is a mind game. Maybe they're like, if we ban the Nyx, maybe they'll just take it.
Well, you think Fnatic want NiP to take the Lesh?
Maybe.
We'll see.
Like you're doing that, right?
Yeah, I mean, because it seems obvious, right?
You're expecting it to come back. You're just like, okay, we're gonna get the SD Lash. Maybe you just know that NiP is gonna take the Ogre.
NiP don't sort of go for the reaction. They stick with what they know is good. They just take their Ogre again. So now we'll see if Fnatic were trying to open up for a Lesh, or if they don't get it at all, and indeed that Nyx ban was just an attempt to bait out NiP first picking the Lesh.
Yeah. Lots of mind games.
I'll see. Or was it just the double bluff, and they did just want it anyway?
I gotta check what was that last ban? I can't believe I'm forgetting this. They're still gonna do it.
Yeah. SD.
At least the SD. And then now they can, they can talk for the 30 seconds and decide if the Lash is the best pick or if they want to go for something else.
I mean, DJ did play it well. But obviously a lot of that was because they were able to get those lane setups where he did have
Miranda was the other ban. Yeah, there we go. Yep.
Okay. And it was left in so they can get it this time.
Yep. That makes sense. There we go. I was like, wait a minute. There was another really important one. And that's what it was. Okay.
Your Honor.
Oh, I would like a Willow a lot for NiP if they did play it. Which I do believe Soxa does.
Yeah.
So good versus the Mirana.
Definitely play Willow.
And it works. It's a great pressure dual lane with the Ogre. We saw that one yesterday, and it's so good versus Mirana. Even the thing is, it's probably a 4-position Mirana, so maybe you don't want to pick a Willow because of it. But Willow is also really strong, like we said, with the Ogre. So could be a possibility.
What else have we seen crush lanes alongside an Ogre?
Pretty much like anything.
They're actually going to prioritize getting the Gyro early this game, NiP.
This hero is just getting picked like every game, huh? I think Shadow Demon and Gyro are they the two? Yeah, they're the most picked heroes, I think. And ET, I believe it was, and then like Mirana and some other trickle after. But wow, I think the thing about this gyrocopter is I was asking people too. I think it's just you have this fast timing window, and it's also you can play it in a lot of different. You can play it in 2 different roles, right? You can play it in mid, you can play it in safely. Now we've been able to see it a couple times now where they're making it a little bit flexible, so it does hide at least what you're going to be doing, and he can be ran in aggro tri lanes as well too. So. Or defensive tri lanes, whichever one you want to look at it. Still banning out the same 2 offlaners for NiP. Yeah, especially when the SD is there.
Same we said for Fnatic banning out the Brood, as they did last game against NiP in the second phase.
Always a fan of Omni Knight ban, especially if you're looking to pick up a gyrocopter. Sure, barrage, missile, still pretty good, but flak, you can just completely get countered inside of a team fight from that GA. So I'm always okay with that.
10 seconds.
And of course we see Fnatic taking out that Broodmother. Second time around. Makes sense.
5 seconds.
I mean, maybe they ban a Saxa here. Maybe they themselves realise sort of the potency of a Willow pick, or what do we see? I mean, is there any reason why you're not banning Alchemist?
That's what I'm thinking too, right?
Like, surely, like the fact that Ace showed as well that he can go for that build, which there's tons of different ways to play the hero. It's so annoying to play against.
Yeah. The last game they banned.
You have to ban it.
Last game they banned Lifestealer, right, which was very particular because they had the Lash, and that didn't seem.
No,
it just didn't. Yeah, it didn't really matter. So I like this better.
You gotta. Yeah, I mean, you've been saying it since the start, right? Teams have got to just start banning.
Banning it.
Just ban out.
After what we've been seeing, right? It's just like every single game, or almost every single game, it's been picked.
10 seconds.
At least that we've seen. I know in some of the other streams, I think Grant was telling me they didn't really have too many alchemists on their side, but
I'm sure that will change.
they still take the Lash with that SD. The great heroes that all synergize excellent together. Now what's the response? Because they don't have the Nyx this time.
They don't have the Nyx, they don't have the Alk. So NiP are going to have to go a bit of a different way with their draft. Willow still a potential possibility for Saxa.
I still really like the Willow, but not sure if they'll do it.
I think especially with the Gyro as well. As you say with the Bramble, a lot of control that sets up really nicely for the Gyro in the mid game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just works really well. The Bloodlust and Willow and lane is just terrifying to deal with. Other heroes. We said a lot about the Pugnas versus the Lashraks, but we've been seeing because if you pick Pugna, they just move Lash to a support probably. They can do a lot of different things around.
I think that Fnatic can definitely play the Pugna, and
he can.
Ace can pop on the Gyro.
Yep, definitely possible.
Yeah, I can even move the Ogre down to a support role, get 33 on the Pugna.
Yeah, super flexible draft. That
if they feel it's that strong. If they feel that it's that good, good enough to play because of the Lash. But as we saw last game, the Lash is. Well, I guess that this game, right, with the Mirana, is probably likely to be a core Lash. Because you'd expect DJ to play Mirana, wouldn't you?
Yeah, more than likely.
So
I would imagine this to be Abed.
Yeah.
But we have seen it also, like, if you don't have a matchup or something,
Abed
they
can
just
play
run
it,
on jabs.
DJ can play it, jabs can play it. Yeah, you're right. There's
all
still
about this flex.
Because Mirana, likely to be DJ, but again, if they feel it's a game where it can be played in the mid lane, could happen. Unlikely. But still a few scenarios where that could be the case. They'll go for the Shaman.
So instead of the Willow, this is the other one that I've heard teams talking about is you Bloodlust the Shaman. And he just beats you. He hits super hard.
One of the highest base damages for a support early game.
Yep.
Range support at that.
And even then, they can still flex. They can still be a little bit flexible. Even though I'm more than likely that's Sox's hero, and then the Ogre is going to be 33. But they can still move things around quite a lot.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'd imagine that's going to be the case, and PPD's going to grab his next.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine too.
Maybe the Witch Doctor again. The Witch Doctor was not a bad pick at all. And with this sort of strat, it's going to be nice. A lot of push, a lot of sustain.
What about something like an Abaddon? Just remove the arrow, remove the shield.
It's on for 33. Would you run that as a support and then still 33? I feel like if you have an Abaddon, you probably would want to have it in the core, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't know. I just keep seeing these Miranas, and I'm thinking like these Heavenly Graces and like these Legions and stuff. And Fnatic actually takes it. All right.
Okay, I mean, removing the missile, removing the disable that Shaman offers.
Yep. Okay. Tanky frontliner as well. Could be also a steal pick, maybe.
And you're running, if the Lash indeed is going to be the core, it's a squishy core. So you want to have that hero that's going to be able to keep the Lash alive and keep him on the front lines, being able to kick out the damage. And Abaddon with a Zaphotic Shield is certainly going to be able to offer that.
5 seconds remaining.
I was watching a game yesterday of Old 11 when he was playing it, and he skipped his ult. He went 2-4-1, and he was just diving people past the tower, and he was owning the laning phase. I didn't see if they ended up winning that game, but he was diving a lot and getting a lot of kills out of it.
Oh, I like it.
But it was pretty fun. Pretty fun to watch.
Against the Gyro, that you can always use that borrowed time to really make the most of that uncontrollable damage that Gyro's throwing out, so you're going to get a lot of healing.
And what would be really dope? If he gets an Aghanims eventually versus Gyro and he just heals everybody with AoE with these giant miscoils all over the place.
Hey, what am I saying? We've seen Fnatic have some very long games.
That's why I'm thinking about it.
They've had some very long games, so it could get to Aghanims Abaddon territory. It certainly could.
But also, just to protect. He can remove Shaman Shackles, all those kind of things.
Let's see, NiP. It's got to be the Tide for 33, so it is looking to be the Ogre Shaman support duo.
Yeah. Okay, so they did switch it up a little bit, and that's a combo breaker that they have too.
But you're picking the Tide. I don't like it.
Because he can just shield, he can ult and shield someone.
Yeah, you're picking it into Abaddon. But Abaddon is very good against Tide.
Yeah, I think the one thing though is we've been seeing the Tide picked a lot just because the team fight is just insane. You walk in, Ravage, call down, the fight is just, you need to get BKBs in order to deal with this.
Yeah, but you don't because you have the Abaddon.
still a lot of damage though that comes out. Just straight heavy amount of magical damage that just dunks on top of you right away.
I mean, if a ban's quick, you're getting that borrowed time and a shield out before the first cooldown hits.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. But obviously, NiP don't believe that is an issue. They believe, the Tide pick is strong nonetheless.
I like the Tide under, especially when you're always when you're playing versus these Muranas and stuff like that. You're the combo breaker. You get arrowed with an SD thing and you can break it. However, Soulcatcher also can be pretty good versus Tide, but at least Soulcatcher is dispellable now, so the Kraken can remove that. But yeah, it looks like they're focusing more about the team fight, and they can still be a little bit different with their lanes. Gush plus a Shadow Shaman is also a lot of damage, and we've been seeing the Tidehunters going for the Gush level 1 most of the time.
You know what it's a good game for?
What's that? Is it the Meepo?
No, it's the Jabs Pudge. Run it in the safe lane.
Don't say that one.
Get a Blade Mail.
No.
You can still CS against the Tide. You've got the rot. You've got the good right click.
Oh, God.
You ban the OD because you're playing safe lane Pudge.
Oh, God.
I'm telling you, bro. Jabs knows. You've got that squishy core in the mid lane, the Lesh. You have a good scaling support. Mirana's going to offer the right click down the line. You just want a bit of beef in the safe lane.
I mean, they banned the OD because they have an abandon.
No, it's because they're picking Pudge. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. Yeah, it's because they haven't abandoned. It's because they haven't abandoned and a Pudge.
And a Pudge. I mean, hey, I'm not throwing any...
Dude, maybe NiP ban it. We'll see. We'll see.
No, it's got to be something else that's just like natural.
What else would Jabs want? Maybe something that could punch the Tide in lane if they are going to leave that as the lane setups. But then, look, a fair few of those heroes aren't really that good at the moment. You know, Monkey King used to be the way to go, but that hero is pretty terrible now.
Yeah, the Monkey King's, the Ursas,
Ursa, I mean,
good.
It's not a bad Ursa game. I guess there's a lot of disable, but you have the shield.
Yeah.
But then does Jabs play a lot of Ursa?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like something he plays. He's more of a greedy kind of guy.
And
but
they think it's going to be a Jabs Lash, yeah.
Yeah, they can still be moving stuff around. Okay.
Obviously could be. Again, as we said, we've seen Lash in mid support and carry. So Lina for the mid lane. So we will see. We'd imagine obviously Ace playing the gyro this time round rather than Fada. And Fada on his Lina in the mid.
So Lina versus Lash.
Another reason to pick the Pudge.
This is where they're
you don't get nuked down by Lina. You got a lot of HP. Carry Pudge.
I mean, if they do it, oh my God.
No, let's see what Jabs goes.
That would be.
It didn't work out for them the other day. It didn't work out.
And they did it with Arc Warden. They did it with the Spark Wraith hook combo.
Else,
so I don't really like it as much. I mean, dude, it's.
That's not really a combo.
Come on.
It doesn't work well with the SD because he disrupts. You can't hit the hook. There's illusions in the way. So let's see. What is Jabs? What's Jabs like? or of course Arbed, if it's going to be a Jabs Lash. And it's going to be, I'd imagine, Arbed plays the Deucer over Jabs. Yeah, you want Arbed on his Deucer. It's one of his classics. So it will be Jabs Lash, Arbed, Deucer.
Or do they make the Murata something else?
Oh, okay,
Jabs
you're right.
Murata.
Oh, okay. I mean, GJ did have a really good game on the Lash, but you are putting this Murata up into the carry position. It's a little risky. It's a little risky, I would say. It's a squishy core against a core Lina or a core gyro. You don't get BKB very quickly. You're going to get blown up by these heroes. We'll see if Jabs can do it on the carry Murata.
Can they make the space is what I'm looking at, right? I think that's what he wants also because it's fast-paced, or like he wants to be running around killing stuff while the Medusa farms. So I'm wondering, is it going to be enough for them to let Abed get that farm up? Because it looks like a pretty good Deucer game.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel NiP is going to hit their timing a long time before the Deucer's really ready to go.
That's the one thing that I'm concerned about. And I think the team fights are they're a lot stronger for NiP when I look at it, just straightforward. Gyro Cup versus Tidehunter just stand out. All right, well, let's see how the lanes end up being set up and how they end up doing with this combo, because they have the SD, the Mirana, the Lash, the really strong tri-lane that can come out. So the pressure that they come out, they can get a lot of kills with this one. But looking at NiP also, they have an Ogre. They have the Beefy Boy for the front lines. And they also do have a pretty strong tri-lane that comes into play too.
Yeah, they've got that way of going in for sure. And well, because we saw at the beginning of game one the whole sort of musical lanes. BJ getting his chance to have a bit of an opening on solo lane, get those early levels.
Yeah. One nice thing, I guess, for the Deuce is Lina's a good laner, but if Lina has to be careful about the snake because you're an intelligence hero, of course.
Mana's going to get taken away.
But you have like that, a long range. You have high damage as well.
Yeah, and I think Deuce early on, you really don't have a lot of HP.
Yeah, you squishy.
You really do get nuked out lane by Lina. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, see if Arbe can hold off against him. See if we can get those early levels and get that snake up and out before the spells are thrown out by Fata. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 of the 2-game series. NiP versus Fnatic.
See what we got here too. So PPD has gotten for the Orb of Venom. So this is, we're going to contest the tri-lane here build. I'm looking at them and they've got 5 tangos on PPD, 5 tangos on Shadow Shaman, and a Salve, and Ace has 6 tangos. So that's them expecting to contest pretty hard and be contested by Fnatic. While we look at Fnatic, they also have 6 tangos on DJ, Dubu has 4 and a Salve, and we also have Jab. So similar, pretty much identical regen on both sides.
Oh, they're ready to battle down here at the moment.
Yeah.
NiP a little more prepared for the rune contest as they have the whole team down on the bottom. So we can see Fnatic sending Ice already up to the top so he can just try and grab some of those runes on his own. But
I'm so excited to see this matchup up top, the Abaddon versus the Tidehunter. Because Tidehunter used to be able to do really well versus him, of course, because just low armor, Anchor Smash is really devastating. But now,
I think Abaddon wins it, right?
This hero's gotten buffed a lot.
Yeah, I think
Curse of
Abaddon wins
Avernus
that.
has become really powerful. So I'm curious. He's got an Orb of Venom as well. So I don't know. I'm very curious to see how that one ends up.
Well, you just hit the tide. You anchors, you shield, you hit the tide. You're going to do far more damage to him than he's going to do to you. We'll see how it plays. And we'll see what sort of matchups they do end up getting. For now, 33 and Saxa have headed up towards top.
Yeah.
They aren't going to be able to head over and contest that. Or maybe, no, so no. They're not going to be able to stop Jabs from getting that one.
He's walking up. He's going to start getting hit by the Orb of Venom. He gets put under 2. There's DJ.
There's the follow-up.
They've got the Curse of Avernus with that oof. PPD.
They've got him. Missile does come out. I won't be able to stop them from getting the kill. Dubu able to claim it with the illusions of PPD himself.
Yeah. So they're putting the Abaddon in their aggro, it looks like now. And putting him around up top. All right, so we don't get the 1v1. Damn it. I was really hopeful to see it.
Yeah, that's going to go back to sort of the dual lanes. Dubu's going to be there to offer Jabs that help.
Yeah, I still feel like Tidehunter might actually win that one if it was a
You think?
But
You think he will still win?
not too sure.
I mean, he is sort of traditionally that good against melee heroes. I just feel that now, as you say, with the buffs, there's ways that
it's just
Ice can play around with it as the Abaddon.
Just Anchor Smash is 30 mana, and then you're
Sure,
super
yeah.
expensive, right?
You're going to have way more smashes than shields.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't happen. We didn't get to see it. Oh, well.
No, and obviously Fnatic don't feel it is a good matchup.
Yeah.
With these swaps. Feel that they're much better suited to have Jabs farming in this top.
Arrow those range creeps every single time on the Mirana as well, so he gets them, so he does do that instantly.
That mid lane matchup. Fata versus Abed. Abed's going to have the snake.
And he's got a sentry down too, so he's going to be able to eat that ward. Any second now, he walks up and... extra regen for himself. Well, extra duration. But the right clicks are starting to come out here a bit by Fata when he did step up for that one.
Now bottom. PPD, once he does get on top of people, he's able to chase them pretty confidently with that orb.
Yeah, he's got less movement speed than the Leshrac, unfortunately, even without with Bloodlust and Leshrac with no boots. And Lesh is about to pick up the boots as well, so it'll be hard for him to at least stick on that target. Same thing with Abaddon. They both have crazy high movement speeds. Haste rune for DJ. As
actually, the Dire Courier. Where was that? It's gone. They got it.
What was that?
Had a Sentry and a Clarity on.
That had to have been... Top, I mean, right? Top it had to have been. I didn't see where it died.
I didn't see, no. I didn't expect... There's not really heroes here that you'd expect to get the chance to have a courier kill. There must have been a bit of missed micro from Fnatic.
Did Shadow Shaman just attack it once or something? Like, I don't know. Okay.
That's courier gone, so that's going to make this lane a little harder for Abed mid. So he won't have that regen to rely on. Fodder is low on mana though, so unable to nuke Abed out. Looks like Abed has been able to successfully take Fodder's mana down with those snakes. We have again, keeping Fodder pretty much on 0 mana. So now
Fodder's doing really well in those last hits. He's really pulled forward.
Is, though,
and now Abed doesn't have a courier to use.
Yeah.
So he can't bring out his Wraith Band. He can't actually get that damage advantage. So Fodder's going to be able to deliver stuff freely, also pick up a bottle and keep the spam going. This is really painful for Fnatic in the start. Losing that courier is devastating. They're keeping the pressure going onto bottom, onto Ace here at least. You see they're doing a really good job here actually with Ice with this Orb of Venom, slowing him down.
he's able to easily out CS this Jara.
Yeah.
Whilst Jara's not got those first few bit of extra stat items out delivered yet. Current priority, of course, going towards mid as Fada has picked up his bottle.
Yep, I think right now for Abed, you tell your teammates, like, yo, somebody should please check the rune around the 4-minute mark. Someone check either bottom or top.
Yeah, you
guys
can't let Fada get it.
Yeah.
Especially if Fada gets a good one like a DD or a haste and is able to make a play.
Yeah.
Even illusion.
Like, Fada's already going to go set up for the top rune. He's pre-setting up. So you see, also bottom, DJ's setting up for the bottom one immediately.
See who the RNG favors. Who does Gaben prefer? It's going to be a Fada favored rune. And it's an Arcane. Yeah, that's another one that Fada's going to be pretty happy with.
Yep.
He's got good mana as well at the moment, so as long as he doesn't get snaked too much.
Courier does come back, and it was Dubu who was using it earlier. He was the one with the clarity as well as the sentry on it, so it must have been top where it got.
It must have been Saxa
got smacked down. Yeah.
Which is, you can't really afford for that to happen as DJ bottom lane is able to just run down Ace whilst PPD's making the pull. He's just able to punish him in that small bit of time where PPD is separated from the gyro. And I mean that shouldn't happen as well, but it does. DJ is going to be very happy with claiming that one.
I mean, for sure, Ace is completely broke right now. I think his items are... Okay, his items are on the Courier. He's got a Wraith Menace Facet. As PPD, also in a world of hurt here.
It's going to be a TP coming in. See if they can do anything to keep PPD safe. He's got the stick charges. He will get a Fire Blast down. He will live for now. Now they'll turn. Go for the kill attempt onto Ice. With that TP over from Saxa, they'll get it. Ice not able to get the missed call denied off in time.
Great TP. DJ just ditches him. I think he actually could have turned and maybe gone for a stun to potentially try to save, but he was like, I got priorities. There's 2 bounty runes up. Sorry, Ice. You play too aggressive. So yeah, great TP by Saxa to be able to help that out there. Needs to, I think that's like a very good one too, just to help out Ace, because Ace is having a bit of a tough time down here. And they're having a good time on 33, who can now be left pretty much alone up top with Chainmail as well as a Ring of Health versus this SD Mirana. He's perfectly fine.
Saxa trying to run himself away from DJ. Will be able to make it far enough, but did try for the body blocks to keep Saxa in range of the stun, but wasn't the case. Saxa having that movement speed with the boots. He's able to juke his way back to safety. And continue to observe this bit of lane where they get that lead. PPD and Ace will find Ice again.
He's playing too aggressive. He keeps stepping up way too far.
Went in and DJ and Dubu were not in the neighborhood to help him out. Dubu's hunting back.
I mean, 33 is going to be... This is like the happiest Tide Hunter in the world right now. He's just free farming versus a Mirana top who hits him for 0. Starstorm hurts a little bit, but that's why he's going to be going for that Hood, which he has actually finished up already. So Hood plus the Chainmail. Yeah, this Mirana just tickles.
Yeah, for sure. Well, how much damage is he taking? What's his physical resistance? 33%. 33% of 73. Do the maths.
He has the 36.
So it's like a third of 73. So that is like 24. So that's 49, and then 49 minus 36. Yeah, it takes about 13 damage per hit.
Yep. He's getting hit for pretty much nothing
Some
up there.
quick
He's
maths,
out regenning it. Each hit is the Hood regen.
Yeah, each hit. Yeah, you're right. Each hit is the Hood regen. It's taking about 13, maybe. Yeah, maybe he's just taking 12.
And look at top. Fada's set up here on the tree line. So if you can get the stun set,
and he can.
Does he have enough? Don't quite. He does have the triple Wraith Band plus that one for all those extra stats just to be able to put him over.
Just enough to keep him alive.
But now Tower's pressured and they force jabs back.
Yeah, no sound.
Arrow, but
only the tangos. So it's going to be the slow regen on him.
Mid lane.
For the setup. Shadow Demon Lash. Tried and tested combo will do the job, get a kill. But Arbed's able to get involved in whilst this space has been made as Fada's out. Fada will now TP back towards the middle of the map.
Yep.
Make sure that you can hold off and get this creep wave as it gets pushed in under the tower. It doesn't mean that they don't finish off the tier 1 tower top, but they do a hell of a lot of damage to it at just 8 minutes into the game.
He prefers to not sap double experience up top. He wants to get the creeps off of that mid tower too, like you were saying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just much better movement.
I'll see bottom.
Bottom, the rotation, the shadow as well.
See what they can find here in the trees.
Ace, not quite 6. Nobody TPing on the side of NiP either. Nice juke by Ace.
Very nice
there.
read indeed from Ace, and that will keep him safe enough to buy time for a TP to come in for 33, and now Fnatic have got to back off. Moonlight Shadow's about to wear out. DJ heads into the trees, goes for the TP out. Fnatic will be able to get away, but they don't get the kill.
Yeah, they forced the TP from 33 at least, but yeah, excellent juke there by Ace. That's the same spot there. Almost the same spot exactly where my control juked.
It's this little area where they try and line up the stuns, but they don't have the vision, so you can still back off and juke them out.
Yeah, very nice. DJ, as well as Jab setting up for top here, trying to catch Saxa behind the tower.
a lot hard to do so. Both sort of unreliable stuns, and yeah, Saxa's positioning, making sure it's impossible for them to get the opening stun on him.
Yep. Got to be sure that they have these sentries prepared. Sentries, mostly dust, at least versus the Moonlight Shadow, but sentries always just plopped in the lane and plopped like in a river. Just be able to see when those moves do come out.
All things said and done with those little moves from farther up and down the lanes, Abed is top net worth. He's in the space. In the space as the Deucer. And they weren't able to sort of get any kill opportunities on him in lane. And that laning stage. Top lane. Opening down Saxa. Setup. Will do it. Cooldown won't be enough to put them off from fighting for that kill. Ace not quite ready to do anything back himself. Hasn't even got the phase boots complete at the moment.
They do want to try to get these towers now, in particular. Like, mid tower is always the best one, but getting top at least, they have to find ways to get map control to just pierce in to find Abed in the back, into that jungle. Because they have this gyrocopter, so they have the method to be able to just pierce in and look for those fights. But Ace is pretty weak, actually. He's pretty underfarmed in this game, because how that bottom lane went. So he's actually looking to just try to catch up a little bit for himself here, as maybe they're going to make Fada be the one to actually make the move into the jungle to look for a kill. But yeah, they definitely need to get a ward into the enemy jungle pretty soon here on the NiP, as Saxa getting chased out.
Easy dive underneath the tower. No way to hold him back. Same time, NiP will get the kill on Jabs, though. The bigger find. They'll lose Saxa for that one happily.
And they get themselves 3 bounty runes as well, as Ace just peeped his way forward into those 3 heroes and grabbed one. As they're TPing top to defend this one. 33, doesn't care. He TPs right in the front. Knows how strong he is. Yeah, you see they're starting to ping out the top tower. They want to really bring this one down. They have the 10 minutes hit, so we do have catapults coming out too, so rotations to take out the towers. Saxa also level 6, so he's got those Serpent Wards available. DJ being a little bit sneaky here. Invis behind this, on this Radiant side.
Is anyone they can find? I mean, Ace is still obviously quite squishy, but does pack quite a punch himself.
Yeah.
So, easy opportunity would be Fada if he gets some help, but Abed's actually backing off, heading into the jungle. Moonlight Shadow being used. ISSI is trying to get close and personal with PPD. The real jump looking to be made up top as Dubu's trying to find an opportunity to set up for the arrow. It's actually going to end up disrupting himself defensively. Arrow still lined up, though. They get the vision, they get the line for Saxa. Now with the Demonic Purge on 33, they can try and go for both. He's got the hood pop, but they have the damage to rip through it and claim both kills.
Very nice move by Fnatic. The tower does end up going down to that catapult, but getting themselves that rotation as bottom.
I'm going to try for Ice. Ice has already used the borrowed time. Still, regardless, those shields enough to keep him alive. They can't fight through it quite yet. The underfarmed Jaro Ace, not with enough firepower to heavily threaten this Abaddon early on.
Fnatic is putting pressure. They are putting pressure on lanes as well as defending their lanes, while Abed is just getting all the freedom in the world to sit in the jungle. Level 11 already. How high level is Fada? He's level 10, so it's already starting to happen, what this Medusa is able to do when they're just making these relentless moves and dives into heroes.
He's getting some well-needed space now, finally down bottom.
Yeah.
Ice is, I was just say that Ice is finally back in the lane, and yeah, Ace is out of there. He knows it's not safe to be alone. He's got to group up with the team. They're just going to group up and try and make a kill happen. Smokes out PPD.
They got to get a ward down in the enemy jungle. That's like the biggest thing. They have to keep tabs at least of Abed and try to get some opportunities to set up for him.
Have that Ravage 2 ready to try and make something happen.
Here we go.
Same time, Fnatic look pretty prepared for this. Jabs holding himself back behind the tier 1 tower.
PPD is actually the one with the wards here. So Saxa walks in. He doesn't actually have one. They're just looking to wrap around and get this tier 1. So map control preference to be able to get into the Medusa side.
Jabs will head forward. Now starting to retreat. The missile revealing the intentions of NiP. So Jabs keeps himself held back, and NiP don't get any chance for a kill, but they get the space for the tier 1. Same time down bottom though, Fnatic will find a trade. Tier 1 tower's taken. DJ and ISIS continue to take over the lane. Vlad's done for the Abaddon.
He's going to have a really good time of being that front line for the Medusa. Just being able to protect her non-stop too. Yeah, that's going to be great. Even the lifesteal addition, too. And they have stacks, too. You see them farming now on Abed. Level 13. He's just continuing to accelerate. They're not able to get any tabs of him. So, only 1k gold lead here for Fnatic, but it's looking pretty good, at least for the Medusa farming. But that being said, also, NiP did get these 2 towers, which is very important. Getting that mid and that top. And Ice is just, yeah, he's just keeping his face. Just showing his face bottom constantly. Keeping the pressure on them.
Feeling pretty invincible at the moment. He knows that if they do want to try and tackle him, it's going to take a fair few resources.
Yeah, he just wants to just keep the lanes pushed in, keep Abed free to just hit jungle creeps.
Find out with the invis, but there's a sentry ward down. If he does head over again. He's got backup though. He has PPD in 33 here, and they'll be able to get the light stroke off because of that. Dubu disruption won't do much. As NiP have the numbers to clean up the kill.
Yep, only getting themselves 1 there. Sux also goes top and drops the wards. As I say, Sai says thank you. He's just gonna farm all those serpent wards.
There's still so much space for the Medusa, as you mentioned.
Freedom.
So much space for Abed. He's gonna hit a very quick Manta. As NiP have just been unable to really get in his face in the jungle. And Vice is pressuring that bottom lane as heavily as he has been, with the SD and Lesh combo constantly moving around the map looking for kills.
Bottom lane. There you go. Got the end of it. Did they get the bounty too? No, look, yeah, DJ was able to get at least 1 of them. So 3 bounties for NiP, and PPD also takes that time to walk in and put a really nice ward down around the enemy Ancients. So that'll be pretty good for them now, at least to keep tabs of that Medusa. Finally. But Abed's already got the Manta.
Say, is it soon enough?
And he's got the talent. The level 15 talent is online.
So you come hunting for this Dusa. You know, she's going to be able to Manta, pop a snake out, half your mana's going to be gone.
33 is going to have to be sure to have like wand charges in all these fights as this Tidehunter. Yep. With this talent already out, we've seen the Tidehunters, you walk up, you just get oomed. So it has to be a little bit careful how he does play around those Mystic Snakes. It's a much quieter game than the last time around. 5 to 7 only at these 16 minutes as Fnatic is, yeah, farming. They're playing the farm game.
And they're happy to do that.
Ace looking to set up for DJ again down bottom, and this one looks like he's going to get it as a solo, but the arrow...
It's not going to hit, connected. Neither is the stun. So Ace gets the kill, and he's easily getting out too.
And he saw the arrow. They're actually bringing down reinforcements. Fada uses Boots of Travel to come down here. PPD also set up. Can they actually find Jabs here? That would be pretty huge for them. Does he show his face?
Jabs is going to show.
He is going to show. PPD immediately wrapping around. The scan does come out. They do catch PPD with the scan.
Yeah, Jabs is able to weave his way safely out through the trees. Boy, he's still sticking around. Still sticking around here.
They're bringing more reinforcements.
Got that Moonlight to get ISO Sice in position. So they can find PPD. Arrows out. Easy juke there from Peter. And make his way himself safely away from that Moonlight attempt to turn things around.
I like that they're not backing away, though. I like that they're keeping the pressure going, because like we said, it's all about just letting Abed do this. Just let him keep hitting Ancients. Let him keep hitting this triangle. Keep forcing in those lanes as hard as possible. Even if DJ dies in those situations, that's like one of those deaths where it's like, it kind of sucks, but you know, you force the lane out really hard. Just really sinks that you give 400 gold to the gyrocopter, that's all. Making sure they get top tower. Suxer drops his Serpent Wards even.
And the pressure is on NiP to continue to do this.
Yeah.
They've got to try their best to take over the map. Speed up the game.
Yeah.
Fnatic are very happy with this sort of slowdown.
We're still getting pretty decent farm, at least on the Lina, as well as that gyrocopter.
Yeah, Ace is totally recovered really from the laning stage.
Yeah.
In fact, might be able to find some action down there. They did lose PPD.
No borrowed time for 8 seconds. 5 seconds.
He'll have it back up in 1 second. Oh. It's not soon enough. It really wasn't. literally coming back available as he dies. And they had a lot behind him. Maybe if it gets off, they could have turned around. They're still going to try and turn and fight anyway, Fnatic. Dubu drops the Demonic Purge, Soul Catcher out onto waste. There'll be a buyback from ISIS. Ravage pop for 33. It will catch and kill Dubu. Now DJ and Arbed turning around as the Deuce has turned up towards the fight. Snakes out and 33's out of mana. They'll split the fight up. Jabs is able to pick off Ace. They'll run down 33. Arbed getting involved in a fight that results in what looks to be at least a couple of core kills as 33 is trapped and surrounded.
The arrow connected perfectly onto Ace there. Even though the Ravage came out, it was on the SD, but it also caught Jabs in the corner on the right. But not the greatest Ravage coming out from 33 there. Kind of baiting his team forward. As they lose quite a lot there. Quite a lot of momentum too. 30 seconds down. No Ravage coming up now in the next few moments. And Fnatic, they don't really have these cooldowns that they need to play around too much. They can look to just go again. Go look to fight. And now the Deucer can get involved. The Deucer can start walking with his team and get involved too, especially with the Ravage down. As PPD steps forward.
Yeah, they're going to easily surround the tower and try and dive in down. Shields there to take the Fire Blast stun out. Arrow hits perfectly and PPD's dead.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're brought in once again. They know that the Deuce is now strong enough to present herself.
Yep. And
she's got a lot of money towards the Skadi. 3,700 gold and just 20 minutes in. It's a very, very quick farm. They're going to try and TP over, try and contest the runes. Maybe Jabs. Is he going to try and head down for it?
Instant scan comes out, so they know that this TP is coming out.
It's going to be 3 bounties for Fnatic.
Yeah. Now DJ's farming the enemy jungle too, and yeah, that Skadi's going to be very close.
Yeah.
Scary. And a very good Skadi game. As we mentioned in the last one, Skadi better versus ranged heroes now than versus melees, and he's playing versus a Gyrocopter and a Lina. So Gyrocopter mostly the right clicker, but yeah, it's always going to be pretty nice versus that.
And having these stats, it's going to make it harder for Fada to play his quick, fast game. He's no longer going to be able to just straight up nuke down the Deucer.
Yeah, and they've got extra ways too, right? They've got extra saves. They've got the Abaddon too to throw heals on that Deucer to get more snakes off, and they've got a Shadow Demon heal save as well. So multiple different saves to protect this Medusa. It's going to make it pretty tough for NiP to bring her down with this type of farm rate.
For NiP, objective-wise, they have managed to take the 2 towers top.
They've got the BKB also on the Gyrocopter, which is pretty decent. He got it now finished after that.
Oh, this guy has no chill, man.
Well, I think NiP had the entirety of Fnatic muted, maybe? No, there we go, okay.
Only Dubu unmuted.
Only Dubu unmuted. It's easy. Dubu's a very polite boy, doesn't spam the chat wheel. Everyone else on Fnatic, though, they love it.
Well, there was a good time where Dubu was playing, in North America with all of us. I had to unban him. PPD was there too. Or unmute him. All teams mute each other.
That makes sense. The mental mind games, they are there with these chat lines.
For sure.
We know it. We've seen it multiple times.
Fnatic just continuing to push out these lanes. Nice, though. He's getting caught by the stun as well. The missile also following up. Ace is committing forward. Fada didn't look like he wanted to, but it's an easy kill setup. As they're continuing for more. Second stun.
Oh, yes.
Cast
that
range.
ether lens, yeah,
Beautiful.
that cast range. He gets it from a mile off.
Yeah, it's so good when you have both cast range talents. As that's a pretty big, nice little swing of momentum there. Getting themselves now a tier 2 as well. Those were costly deaths for Fnatic.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They're actually picking out the Roche. I mean, they've got the Shadow Shot,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
What level is it? It's
they're
only level
moving
1
this
wards,
quickly.
but still.
But Arbed, he's going to have the Skadi done.
Oh, they've got the Medallion finished too. So Medallion plus Gush plus Serpent Wards, easy. Easy for NiP to get this one.
Yeah, I know where the Fnatic can head over, especially with Ice dead.
Yeah,
He's sort of
slow
their
down.
walk in and go hero. They are without. So there we have it. Aegis into the hands of Ace. Build, looking to not stray too much from the norm. Phase, drums, BKB. Daz is necessary against these SD-Lesh lineups, and then, then of course into the Aghanims. There we have it. Deucer. Skadi complete. Butterfly's going to be next on the shopping list for Arbed. Get that evasion out.
Yeah, he actually had a queued before the Scotty for a little bit, and then he had ended up switching it after he got involved.
He definitely needs Scotty,
Yeah,
right?
it's too good of a game for it, for the reason.
You leave your HP far too low if you don't get Scotty this game. Still just less than a 1k difference between the teams.
Yes,
and NiP with that Aegis can certainly look to try and keep the tempo up and try and find these further objectives. There's still a tier 1 tower sitting on that bottom lane, so a lot of money for them to clean up off the map.
And the good thing also is that, like, even though Ace was forced to go for BKB early, he has the steroid of Bloodlust all the time. Is nice. He's baiting them toward his team.
Arbed's.
Uh-oh, the snake. It bounced to 33. He's out of mana.
He's already used the wand as well, so yeah, totally useless really at the moment. He's got to try and wait and get his mana up somehow if he wants to turn up with a Ravage.
Yeah, Fada had a clarity that he threw onto 33. So they can keep him actually inside of this area to continue putting pressure on. Saksa quietly farming in this game. 0-4-1, but 77 last hits. He's got 6k net worth as well as a Lash.
Lincoln Neferlands.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Constantly keeping these waves pushed out. They're trying to set up for him this time, and it's very likely they get him. Ooh, the blink, no. TJ, does he know?
They know where he jumped.
Uh-oh.
They know the general direction. So they'll be able to clip him and clear the Ooh.
They're actually bringing more heroes now. Can they actually get a follow-up? They actually won't. The quick TP out.
Okay, I mean, at the least Fnatic won't be able to farm the wards.
Jabs is chilling. Jabs is hunting for an arrow.
He's a little too speedy with that fiery soul. He's got the movement speed to get himself away and out of harm's.
He got the small camp, though. He got a small camp. Yeah, he got one of the creeps.
There we go. That's a
little bit of gold.
That's a win.
Both sides, both offlaners building up those solar crests to buff up their carries. Medusa and Gyrocopter, of course. Tends to be the item we see picked up on most offlaners. There's a smoke coming out. So they have BKB on Jabs, and they have some wards. Looks like they want to start to get down with this movement.
And too big to lead the way, but there is 4 mid, and 33 does have a Ravage.
The arrow connects onto Ace. He's got Aegis though, and they have their double BKBs.
So they know there's a smoke coming their way as well.
Yeah, Fada also is picking up his BKB off the courier at base. The Moonlight to disengage.
They're still chasing with the remainder of that smoke. Bounty Room will be picked up. Ace going for the cooldown. He'll get it straight on the 3 of them. Arbed stepping forward. Ace pots the BKB. Arbed's in close range though, so the Skadi slow will affect Ace. As he gets the hits out, Ace getting pretty low. 33 backing off, still holding on to the Ravage as Jabs has popped the BKB. Leaps forward, and with that Maelstrom damage, he'll do it. Take down Ace the once.
Very bad place for NiP to try to take a fight. Walking into a high ground versus a Medusa near the shrine as well. No way they can try to take that fight. And we saw there how powerful the Skadi slow really is. That 45 slow versus ranged heroes is pretty ridiculous. And he's actually gone for the Stone Gaze duration. I love this talent. I think I've been one of the big ones that always talks about it because you can double stone people. You can get double Stone Gaze during it. Or whatever the actual interaction is. Petrified, sorry. You can get double petrified during it.
Fails the man to dodge, and the old chat line comes out for that. Oh, I found PPD.
Won't get caught by the initial slow. But this is Abed Medusa with the Solar Crest, with the
He's had
Sabaton
so much space this game.
Yeah.
He is a big boy.
And look at this, they just keep buffing him up.
I mean, I don't know where the damage comes to kill him. It's not easy.
It's
going
to take more time for the Gyrocopter to be able to do so. He's going to need
a lot more time. Yeah, Ags is alone not going to be enough to help you kill this Dusa. Arbed is massive, and with the perfect sort of lineup behind him, as you say.
Yeah, so much different protection for him.
And once he has the butterfly, they can't kill this Dusa. You know, it's a 2k lead for Fnatic, but you consider the lineup and the fact that they have such a farm Medusa. This is not as close a game as the numbers would say, but by looking at it. This Medusa's a massive issue.
Yeah, they need to have some really successful fight for NiP, and they need, in particular, Ace to get, he needs to get some cleanup kills after this Ags, get, a Maelstrom into an MKB very quickly to be able to deal with this Medusa. Maybe even just skips the Maelstrom in this one, just goes for MKB.
I think
and
you
the
do
other ones.
when you see that butterfly come out.
Yeah.
I think that might be the case.
Yeah, he might just have to be a little bit more like just single target oriented with his just straight right-click build rather than being able to farm a little bit faster with Maelstrom. But we'll see. As Fnatic, they might not even allow more time because I think they're feeling that big peak timing right now for themselves as them rallying around Abed. Jabs, though, still setting up for kills in the side lanes, looking for Saksa with his BKB committed, and it's a quick and easy one up top.
So back in mid, pressure still being kept up by Fnatic as they wait outside the doors of NiP's base.
Why not, right? Like you said, killing this Medusa feels impossible right now.
Just push on.
They send back the Lash and the Mirana, but they keep the 2 saves right behind Abed.
Abed might be calling for just a little bit of farming time to finish off the butterfly.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be an MKB actually for Fada, so he's also going to be transitioning to a right.
Yeah, he needs it. That's the only way that they can kill this Dusa.
Yeah, they both have to go for these the Ags, MKB Ags, yeah.
I'll see what HQ's up next as well. As his Axe is done, he's going to stick to the Maelstrom.
Stick to the Maelstrom, okay. Might see a change, but we'll see. As, of course, we see the Fiery Soul stacks being taken by the Linus, and she is going for that right-click build. And Fnatic still kind of sticking inside of the NiP jungle because they're still feeling very powerful, as we've been saying. So, they're chilling.
That's DJ, yeah, getting those team items ready for the push. Pipe into Greaves.
Yeah. It's nice. They're going to have that advantage
So,
over NiP's side, who doesn't actually have one.
Yeah, they know that once Abed has the butterfly, Fnatic they're in good position to try and close up a Rax, close up the game.
Yeah, threaten that high ground for sure. NiP, they're looking to smoke out. They're seeing people splitting away, right? They're seeing the Medusa. They see heroes top. Or they had seen some heroes.
Looking for that wrap.
They're trying.
PPD tries to open up. Shield as well, and Moonlight Shadow comes out straight away, making it much harder for NiP to find some sort of a grab. Scans out. They know exactly where NiP are.
Yeah, just with the Abaddon right next to her, she's just...
You can't go on her.
You cannot go on her because you can't even blink Ravage or anything like that because he's just going to ult and then shield her and remove it off immediately. So you have to be very careful how you go for those type of initiating plays. As Bounty Runes?
It is tough. I mean, we sort of felt in the draft, right? We're like, it's not going to be an easy Tide game. You picked it into an Abaddon, and 33 struggled to have an impact.
Yeah, so far.
But sure, you get that lane where you can farm, great, but then what's the plan after that? What can you do with this hero in this match?
He's starting to get out-farmed by the Lash, even. By DJ. As you said, is going to be pretty significant in the fights, not even just from the damage. Like you said, just building
having this,
items.
yeah. Pipe, Greaves. You know, Greaves obviously doubly effective for a Dusa. It's health and mana.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of extra sustain. Not that Abed even needs it at the moment. We've barely seen his HP drop.
Camping high ground. Abed's walking in.
But he can. That's the thing, right? He can just sort of walk in like this.
And the snake returns. Full mana.
They haven't even hurt him. They haven't even hurt him. He's just going to walk in.
Oh my
Hello,
God.
boys. How are you doing? As that's going to be already Saxon dead. They can't touch it.
They cannot touch it.
They can't touch it.
At all.
Just call it. It's time to unplug the keyboards. Unplug your mice, boys. It's game over. Give Jabs the rampage.
Give him the rampage.
Give him the rampage.
He misses the arrow.
But Abed. Oh, Abed. You may have carried the game. You may have carried the game, but I'm afraid you're getting kicked.
I mean, that is just the sheer display.
They have
no damage.
It's game over. This game is impossible for NiP. They cannot kill the Dusa. They never pressured her. Game is over and done.
They're spraying outside the fountain.
Yeah.
Giving them the loser.
There we go. We love it. We love it, ladies and gentlemen. We love the BM.
Yeah, this
was makes it exciting.
Such a good last pick Medusa, and like you said, the Tide.
Great last pick Medusa. Not a very good fourth pick Tide. I'll be honest.
Yeah, tough.
The Tide pick didn't do anything this game. It really didn't. They picked it into an Abaddon, and the Abaddon Dusa combo together. It's pretty much sealed the deal. It's 15k lead. It won't be game over yet. NiP will hold on, but they're now 2 melee racks down. That range Rex as well, pretty much gone on the top lane.
And they can't even hurt.
But they can't hurt Dusa. I don't know how Fnatic can lose this game. But then again, we've seen some crazy matches happen in the history of Dota 2. So maybe there's a world where Fnatic lose it. But I can't even envision that world. This Dusa is so damn huge.
Yeah,
and they can't hurt him.
And she's gonna Aegis or Cheese or both. Yeah. not seeing a way for them. This might be the last resort. The smoke, try to catch them around that Roche. Can you get something pretty much, I mean, even if it's something perfect, I don't think you're going to be able to get anything as Abed just walks out. He's looking for the fight.
He wants the fight.
Snake bounces, hits the Lina. Lina's at half mana.
He wants to steal another rampage.
Uh-oh. Yeah, they're just walking forward.
Yeah, they found PPD on the side. Arbed's able to just walk around.
Ravage
Ravage is out. But what's he going to do? It does kill a support. That's going to be about it, though. Arbed sending out the snakes, moving in onto 33. It's a double kill for Jabs. Ace is going to BKB and TP out of there. He knows that this is not a fight they can take. PPD will be separated and surrounded by DJ and Tubu. As PPD dies, Fnatic can head over into the pit. Take the Roche, take the Aegis, take the cheese. As things continue to look very plain and simple for Fnatic to close up this game too.
Yep, you saw the Ravage hits 3. It looks pretty decent. They get a kill on the Shadow Demon.
I think that's it. We've seen what a few Ravages, it kills a Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
That's all 33 is able to do this game.
Yeah, I mean, Ice just pops his ult, shields somebody, they pop Mech, they pop Greaves as well as the pipe, and then nobody else has any more damage, and they just kind of have to disengage instantly as, yeah, I mean, this one is a very clear-cut, nice strategy.
How do I see the Dota Plus prediction thing again? Oh, what's the hotkey? I don't want to pause the game. I pressed the wrong one.
I'm not gonna, I don't know. It's not 9.
Not 9.
Not F9.
Don't press F9.
Try 8 or 7.
Oh, I'll try 8.
Do it.
Oh!
There you go.
99%. I'm surprised it's not 100.
Can it be 100?
It can.
Okay.
We have seen it be 100 in the past.
This one does feel like that, though.
Yeah.
As it's a full Daedalus now on Abed 2. They just walk up onto the high ground with the 2 tanky frontliners. Fada's TPing in the back. He's trying to catch the back lines. As PPD dies to Jabs. Buys back immediately. Fada in the back. He's looking for Dubu. He'll find Dubu.
I mean, Dubu's, he's sort of taken one for the team in these fights. He keeps being the one to fall. But everyone else is getting shredded by Abed. As we have yet to see Abed's HP really drop by even 1%. GG is finally called. They know that this game's impossible. As Fnatic will be able to take Game 2 in this 2-game series, ending at 1-1 between themselves and NiP. And the second game, I think the draft was great from Fnatic. The play as well, it worked really smoothly. And I think definitely mistakes from NiP with some of these hero picks.
Yeah.
I really feel we are seeing again here why Tide is not necessarily the hero to go for if there's an Abaddon in the game.
If there's an Abaddon in the game, for sure.
Yeah.
It does seem like
you just can't do anything with a Ravage. You can't make plays with the Ravage.
I think it also just was a genius last pick Medusa. I think maybe versus the Abaddon sometimes then Tide can work, but if it's like rallied around a Medusa, you just can never get opportunities. And they made all the space in the world. They pressured all 3 lanes. They let Abed freely farm the entire time. They didn't let NiP pretty much actually get into the jungle at all. I kept saying we need to find a time for NiP to get a ward in the jungle, and they couldn't do so because of Fnatic's aggression.
No, they didn't. I got Jabs as well. Great play on his Mirana, the carry Mirana.
Yeah,
there's something that can really fall flat on his face, but with this sort of lineup around the setups we saw, being able to play, make moves with DJ and Dubu, he ends the game 12-1-8.
Yep.
Nearly getting a rampage as well, but Abed
stealing
the show. Stealing the show from Jabs in that moment in time.